Macadamia. Macadamia. Garbanzo. Okay, yep. Words are working. Hi. How are we all doing? Alright. Let's adjust things. I'm moving things in different positions today, so now I can look at the screen, look at you, look at the screen, and then look at you. I know, it's a small thing, but hey, I like the small things. I mean, my husband is like 2 cherries tall, so, tiny bats. Anyway. Oh, my brain is not in gear this morning. Hang on, let me grab some more caffeine. We're on the energy drinks already, so what are we drinking? Ultra Strawberry Dreams. Oh, strawberry dreams taste good. Pretty sure my dreams don't taste that good. Alright. Now let's switch on the keyboard, that'll be useful. So what are we doing today? We are doing the Necromancer's Tale, which was recommended to me like a couple of months ago, and it looked really interesting, so I thought, let's try it out on stream. It's spooky, because it's spooky. And as I understand it, we're going to be playing, like, someone being basically a magician in a more or less historic 1730s Italy. So, let's see how that goes. I'm curious. Which I'm sure you noticed, I'm pretty weird. How are we doing? Audio is good, I think. Good enough. Alright. Settings. Can we turn on ray tracing? I know it's a crappy joke. I make it every time, but I'm going to keep doing it. Because occasionally, we can. Painterly effect. Low, normal. Low is default though, what? Normal. Normal sounds normal. Interface controls. Doing what? Offset camera focus. I have no idea. We'll leave things on defaults for the moment and see what happens, huh? Alright, combat. Sure? I guess? Text, audio, etc. Sure. I guess? New game. Oh. Jesus, you want to join narrative adventure as well as turn-based combat. Choose this if you want to join narrative adventure. Want to skip the turn-based combat. Do you want to skip turn-based combat? Also, there's turn-based combat? Okay. Yeah. Pass on the extra challenge for combat. I'm probably bad at it. Auto-resolve combat using rating 6. Sure, okay, I guess let's, try the combats? I do kind of like the story. Do you know, I don't know. How bad can the combat be? Enjoy the narrative adventure. Want to skip the turn-based combat. High prices for items sold at a shop. Nope. Screw it. Let's go balanced. It's the default. Let's go. Prologue. The city of Mans, 1733.
In the year of our Lord, 1701, the Republic of Venice went to war with the sovereign monarchy of Rulston. This war was over passage rights through the Adriatic Sea, though this point will rarely be brought up when the war is discussed by future historians. It was, like most wars, overstretched and too costly. Neither side could afford it, nor would they back down. Many lives were lost, and whatever the outcome, each nation would nurse its wounds for some time. The war raged on for 6 years, draining both countries' resources, but the Republic of Venice was older than Ralston and had deeper pockets. In a war of attrition, they would win, and both sides knew it.
Yeah, Republic of Venice was kind of a powerhouse when it came to wars. Hey there, Dolph. How's it going?
3 generals from Ralston, 2 brothers and a close friend, came together to strategize, and came up with nothing. They would not win this war. In desperation, one reached out to a dark power and was told to make pilgrimage to Golgotha. With no other avenue, they spent 1 month sailing to the walls of Jerusalem, where they docked under cover of darkness.
I mean, that's not ominous at all.
On the hill where the man named Jesus died, they met a figure, too old to identify as man or woman. It offered them a book, an already ancient thing made of pale leathers and filled with symbols that hurt their eyes to look upon. The thing smiled as they took it, a smile made of too many teeth. Full of dread for what they had seen and what they were about to do, they sailed for another month to get home. Things had gone badly in the time they were away. Soon they would have to surrender, and Ralston would fall into decline, one it was unlikely to survive. Whatever doubt the men had about using the knowledge in that book, their mind was set now. They cast its pages open and chanted dark incantations. And lo, did the dead walk upon the earth that night. Undead sailors hauled themselves into the Venetian boats. Soldiers dragged themselves from battlefields and clawed up from shallow graves to drive the Venetians from the land.
I mean, a zombie army will certainly make a point.
The war was won. The Venetians could not fight Ralston's impossible numbers. They surrendered, the book was shut, and the dead were dead once more. The book was destroyed, but the world had noticed. Ralston had dark magic, and no shame in using it. Many enemies, without and within, were born that day. 1711. 3 years later, a child was born to one of the generals involved in unleashing the spell.
Oh, this is character creation. Ooh. Oh, I'm doing good, Dolph. Still kind of... still a little sleepy, but hey, the caffeine's helping. We're just getting started with this. So, yeah. Alright, let's go with baby girl.
A beautiful baby girl.
Oh, enter a name. Named... Varga. A nice, gentle name. Sure, Varga. The night you were... Oh, wow. Okay, the night you were born, a blood moon hung low in the sky. There was a storm the night you were born, one that came from nowhere. A ship was caught in it, doomed to be dragged to the ocean floor below. Or a comet passed overhead that night. one that cycled between purple and green. Oh. Hmm. A blood moon. I mean... Hmm. Oh, uh-huh. A bot, you say? Wow. My ambassador. Hang on a second, let me just deal with this. Truly a good omen? An omen. Begone, foul fiend, unto the blackest pit. That usually gets them. Alright. Okay, where were we? I mean, there was a huge storm the night I was born. I don't know any ships have dragged to the ocean floor below. Blood moon. A mighty storm. Thanks, Dolph. Or a comet. Oh, I'm feeling... Yeah, I'm kind of feeling mighty storm. I'm sort of being keeping, wouldn't it? Yeah, what? Sure, I don't know how this is going to affect things. Let's go with it.
There was a storm the night you were
Ah.
born. One that came from nowhere. A ship was caught in it, doomed to be dragged to the ocean floor below.
Okay. Investigate, conceive, and strength? Sure.
In a tavern, a captain silently got up, and slowly sailors followed him. Not a word spoken between them. They took their ship and braved the storm. They managed to save half the crew on the otherwise doomed vessel. None of them recalled why they risked their lives for this.
Oh, I'm loving how ominous it all is, right? I mean, I like a good spooky, atmospheric, ominous type intro.
You were taken from your mother and left with a nursemaid for your first few days in this world.
Mood. Oh. She was a kindly girl from the town's poor quarters. While your paths crossed every few years, she never reintroduced herself. Seeing you always cheered her up, and she is content with that. Or a distant cousin who hated being tasked with minding you. She largely ignored you, and when it was done, she told everyone what a fine job she did and how you both had an unbreakable bond. You have not spoken since. Or 3, a heavy-set lady who helped raise many children in town. She was lauded for her understanding of children and how their minds behaved, though nobody turned up at her funeral when she died of heart failure. Oh, these are all forsaken. The nursemaid was found dead after 3 days. Oh, I did get through a quite worrying amount of nannies and au pairs and governesses and stuff when I was a child. Never quite sure what that was about. I mean, all things considered, I've got some ideas. But, you know, all those actual ideas are way too mundane and not nearly as interesting, you know? Okay, and not being a distant cousin, familial bonds, not massively my thing. Kindly girl from town. I'm kind of feeling the heavyset one. This feels the most forlorn, and yeah, I think I'm feeling this one.
A heavy-set lady
Okay.
who helped raise many children in the town. She was lauded for her understanding of children and how their minds behaved, though nobody turned up at her funeral when she died of heart failure.
Oh, man, that's hard.
You were born into wealth and status and had all you could wish for. But your parents never had another child, and your father was often preoccupied with his work. Your mother, distant, sickly and delirious, you heard another mother say. Hoffman, the family steward, raised you more than they.
Oh. Okay. Oh, you know who else probably raised us like muchly in our young days? The ads. Let's get an ad break over, and then we'll finish this up. This seems like a good point. Let's just get it out of the way, and then we won't have to worry about it for another hour. Okay, we'll be right back. Swoosh. Done. Oh, that's an appropriate picture. Mm. Oh, you get those days where you really feel your body craving the caffeine? Like you just like have to hold back from just like guzzling down cans after cans of energy drink? I mean, that's just me. What is going on over there? No, okay. Just the cats, sort of aggressively snuggling. I mean, so far, we've not seen much of the game, but the atmosphere? I'm liking it. I'm also liking just how many stats there are that are just, like, not combat kind of stuff. I mean, we've got, like, strength, agility, and constitution, which, sure, standard physical stuff, but then we've got, like, 6 others that are all different minutiae of mental stuff. Like convince, impress, analyze, investigate, knowledge, acuity. And it's like, yeah, okay. Which I guess makes sense if we're playing a more historic necromancer. I mean, that was always kind of the thing that gets overlooked a lot when people talk about esoteric history and stuff at the time, was just how much, like, the people writing and publishing and sharing like the grimoires and that kind of stuff were all very educated. They kind of had to be. And so, yeah, you end up with these occultists and necromancers basically just being a subset of the clerical classes. So you've got clerics and maybe like second sons and stuff of nobility. That those few people that could read, write, and afford books, and had the social security to have any activities overlooked rather than burned at the stake. I mean, by 1733, there's a lot less burning at the stake involved, but not none. And swoosh, we're back. Okay, where were we? Ah, yes, the family Stuart raised you more than your parents did.
It was a lonely childhood. 1718. You are 8 years old. You play with friends from school, 2 poorer boys, Diedrich and Flip. Your father disapproves. You play in the graveyard outside the city. Nobody goes there without an armed guard. But children do not care for such things. Children are small and fast and can outrun Ghoul, at least when the sun is up.
Okay.
One day, as you play, you hear a rustling coming from some trees. You all freeze. Then a stone whizzes out of the green and hits you on the head. You stare in disbelief, a slow trickle of blood running down your face, partially blocking sight from your left eye.
The leaves part. Your cousin Lucas, 10 years your senior, steps out. 10 years? It's like 18-year-olds throwing rocks at a child? Fuck. I say we kill him. Wow, okay, that escalated fast. Wow, okay. Apparently that's sort of mood I'm in today. You scan the tree line and spot Sophia, a girl you recognise from school. Of 3, a group of other children from the city emerged on the tree line. You recognise the leader as a boy named Willard. Huh. I'm feeling 3. Angry mob? I mean, mob of children, but yeah. Okay, let's go with 3.
A group of other children from the city emerge from the tree line. You recognize their leader, a boy named Willard.
You shouldn't be here, he calls out. It's against the rules.
He punches the palm of his hand.
This is for your own good.
You pick up a stick and stand your ground. You don't tell me what to do. Or you scan the area and spot a guard patrolling the wall. Or they stand tall, but you know what really scares them. Go ahead, my father will be interested to find out which orphans beat me up. Ooh, oh, that last one's vicious. I mean, I would say I've never really worn for like straight up fights. I mean, that's true. I did a lot of martial arts back in the day, like competitively. I was not great, but reasonably alright. At the same time, though, not really. We do not talk to cops. We do not talk to cops. So, yeah. Go ahead.
They stand tall, but you know what really scares them.
Go ahead. My father will be interested to find out which orphans beat me up.
They all knew who your father was. It was, in truth, probably why they had come to fight with you. But they had not considered the consequences. Not until now. They broke pretty fast. First one, then another. Willard was the last to give up.
You won't have your father around to protect you forever,
he said as he retreated.
Trust military -10. Oh yikes, we've been getting like +1s and stuff on our stats, but -10, but also, okay, yeah. We were just saying we don't talk to cops, so yeah, military are cops.
You forget about this comment until the day, many years later, you ride back into town to bury your father. That night you are woken by voices outside your window. You look out. You can see the graveyard, though you know it's normally on the other side of the house and too far away to see. In it, 2 people dig up a grave. Despite the distance and lack of light, you can make out the name on the tombstone. Your father's. One of the people stops. Then, and without moving their body in any way, they turn their head to look at you. You do not recognize them. They grin an unearthly grin at you, so eerie that it wakes you from your sleep. By morning, you have forgotten it all.
Alright.
Years later, you catch sight of yourself in a mirror, and the memory of this dream comes back to you as you suddenly realize that the face staring at you had been your own. The one you have now as an adult. 1721. One morning, your mother comes to your school. She takes you out, even though classes are not finished. She says everything is okay, but you do not believe her.
Interesting. It's her appearance that gives her away. Her mannerisms tip you off, or presence alone is the warning. I mean, yeah. Not a lot of direct intervention of parents in this kid's life, so yeah, the fact that she showed up in person, that feels significant, right? Madam Sometimes the pure appearance goes away. Yeah. Let's go with 3.
Her presence alone is the warning. Your mother never comes to your school. When you were too young to go alone, Hoffman brought you. Now you travel alone. She has never come here. She brings you around the town. First you stop to buy sugared apples. Then she takes you shopping. New clothes, new books, new toys. A luggage trunk. She brings you to the castle and, with some whispered words and coins exchanged, the guard lets you into the grounds. You go to the pond and throw bread and watch fish pop their heads up to steal from the ducks. You walk the city walls and the two of you take in the view. The sea to the west, the hills to the south, the forest to the east and north, and beyond the northern tree line, the road that leads to the capital. That, she tells you through teary eyes, is where you're going. You won't understand until you're older. Maybe not even then. You need more than I can give you, more than I can be. You protest. She cries. When she stops crying, she doesn't remember where you are, how you got there. A watchman brings you home. There your father glares at you, angry that you upset your mother, angry at your non-compliance. Hoffman brings you to your room to help you put your new clothes and books and toys into your new trunk. He tells you that she loves you, that this is for the best. A few days later, your carriage rides out of town. In your children's stories, events like this happen on rainy days, but today is sunny and clear-skied. As the carriage crests a hill, you can look back towards the city and see it all. The farms, the walls, the groves, the castle, the seas. Your home.
Well, that seems unpleasantly familiar.
How do you feel as you are taken away?
Taken away or sent away? I'm angry, feeling unwanted and tossed aside. There's something I could not fight. You stay safe out there, Dove. I'll catch you soon. Something to fight or 2? I hurt. A deep wound of betrayal. My parents are supposed to look after me, not discard me. I don't understand what I did wrong for them to send me away like this. I wonder if I'll ever understand. Oof. Probably 3. You know, to pick something totally outside of my own experience, sure.
I don't understand what I did wrong for them to send me away like this. I wonder, will I ever understand?
Oh, they're definitely shaping a character here.
1722. A year has passed. More quickly than you might have expected. Winter's first snow falls lightly outside. You watch from your dorm and reflect on your time here.
Alright, so... This first year was hard on you. You started so many fights, you ended many too. Oh, you could really shape yourself as a really violent little kid. Oh wow, lots of options. You're thankful for the library here. The books have been your salvation. You took to this new life quickly, making many friends. You directed your energies toward physical activities and joined a running team. No. You killed the time by dreaming up schemes and enacting them. You've befriended some of the more unsavory children. Ooh. I mean, not one or... Yeah, not the fights or the running, I don't think. That doesn't feel like me. Honestly, the library? Yeah, like when I got shipped off to boarding school, that was kind of where I hid out a lot of the time. I know, shocker, right? Sure, let's go to the library.
You are thankful for the library here. Books have been your salvation. You look at the collection of books scattered around you now. Buried under them are the books your mother bought you over a year ago. You have read them many times. You miss her.
Impress -1. Oh, we're not impressive? Oh, hi, Ralphie.
1725. Your schooling is done now. Your time here is over. You spent much of this year deciding what to do next.
In the end, you decided to continue your education. Ultimately, you decided to follow in your father's footsteps and join the military? Hell no. One of your professors said she knew something... she saw something in you, a spark that would see you well in the world. In the world of courtly intrigue. I mean, honestly, formal education, never been my thing. Which surprises some people. Yeah, I have multiple degrees, but I've never been good at formal education. Military's a hell no, so yeah, honestly, I can navigate around people reasonably well in a social framework, so sure.
One of your professors said she saw something in you. A spark that would see you well in the world of courtly intrigue.
Trust Gentry +10. Interesting.
This sounds exciting to you, and well paid too. So they put you in touch with a contact of theirs to begin your training. With your path decided, you found you had time before your training began, so you made the trip home to visit your parents and tell them of your plans. Your travel home feels faster than it was leaving. Perhaps mindset, perhaps age, perhaps because you have done it once already and can spy milestones. Whatever the reason, you arrive home to your mother and Hoffman awaiting you. Your father is not there, but joins you for dinner that evening. It had been 4 years since you were home. Not a long time for some, but a quarter of your life. You had this idea that you had matured, changed so much in that time, but...
Your attempts to gain access to the library's restricted area are rejected. The masters here refuse you. Those books are not for children. 2. You try to wow your old friends with tales of your time away, and it pains you when they don't seem impressed. You find your father to be inscrutable as ever. Pressed. None of these seem like clear choices, do they? Pains you when they don't seem impressed. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2. Sure.
You try to wow your old friends with tales of your time away, and it pains you when they don't seem impressed. They have spent these last 4 years roaming the lands here, exploring the forests, climbing the mountains, learning to sail the oceans, free. They don't care about your time locked away in boarding school. In truth, neither do you. Despite this, it is good to be home again, to see your friends and family. You have a good summer. As you leave for your new training, you wonder how long until you come home next, and how you will have changed by then. 1727. You are nearly 2 years into your training now, and it goes largely as expected. You miss home, but the pangs grow less as time passes. Your mentor, an older lady named Valentina Zupan, takes you to the Scottish courts to watch the burning of a witch. The woman is accused of fornication with the devil, but Valentina says that the only crime this woman, and women burned like her, committed was striving for knowledge, studying the natural world and trying to understand it. Valentina wants you to see how other countries treat people who they cannot understand, how they treat knowledge they cannot fathom.
I'm liking this Valentina.
She tells you then that a war has broken out at home. A lich, a powerful undead sorcerer, has begun raising the dead and marches on the capital. So far, its armies show no sign of moving out of Ralston, but Venetian and Habsburg forces are amassing on their respective borders to repel anything that tries to cross them. Other nations will turn this on us. They will try to turn the Pope on us too, no doubt. They'd see us burned like that witch.
Okay, that escalated, like, a lot.
This is our job, to slow the tide that comes for us. We shall travel to other courts, seeking help. We will get none. In reality, we're there to find the lips that whisper against us, and do what we must to shut them. By deals or blackmail, whatever it takes. You were on a carriage to London that night, on the start of a tour of Europe that would carry on for the next year.
All right.
Eventually, word reaches you that the Lich has been defeated, that its forces collapsed as the final blow was struck. Your father was at that battle, as was your uncle. You learn your uncle was wounded, but is well. Neither man died, though the same cannot be said for thousands of others in the country.
And honestly, if there's people that can raise, like literally raise the dead in this world, then, thousands of people got, dead bodies all over the countryside. That's not good. That's a problem. Like, if you're the ruler in a situation like that, you would deal with that. Because, yeah, you'd have to clear out the raw material so people couldn't raise armies against you. Or something, right?
The soldier's work is done now. Our work only gets harder. Venice will want to march in retaliation for 1708. Habsburg will want the land. Several others will want us stomped out for being too liberal. We must keep these wolves at bay while our country rebuilds.
Oof.
1729. Your training complete. You land your first post.
Okay. Your first assignment was in the Ottoman courts of Ahmed III in Albania. Never had a good time in Albania. You were thrown to the walls and sent to the courts of Venice. Hey, what's making you settle down? I'll try. Come on. Yeah. You found yourself stationed in the rapidly crumbling courts of Charles VI, Holy Roman Emperor. Oh. I mean, I'm gonna go with... You're thrown to the walls and sent to the courts of Venice. Albania... I'm gonna say probably shipped off to Bohemia. Yeah. You found a station to the rapidly crumbling courts of Charles VI. I mean, I don't know, that feels right. Not sure why, but, maybe I just don't feel I'd do well in the Ottoman Empire. Or do well in any of these places, to be honest, but whatever.
You found yourself stationed in the rapidly crumbling courts of Charles VI, Holy Roman Emperor. Being at the center of a declining empire is an interesting position. You watch the tired emperor try to hold together the infighting dukes, some baying for war on Spain to reclaim the throne there, others wanting to consolidate in order to regrow, and others still wanting to break free of the Habsburgs and go it alone. You find comfort in knowing that you matter not in this game. Then one night, there is a knock at your door. You open it and guards enter the room, sweeping it for others. Once they give it the clear, the Emperor himself enters. Though only 45, he looks older. His sunken eyes and the jowls on his face reminding you of a sick dog from your youth. He takes a seat by the fire and beckons you to do the same. There are a few pleasantries before he asks if Ralston will support the pragmatic sanction of 1713 and recognize his daughters as his heirs in order to keep his line alive. You know that he has severed ties with his siblings over this, and that your support may prop up the Empire for another generation and save it from spiraling further into chaos.
Oh, come on. We're having to... Oh, that's a lot of pressure on us. You assure him that Rushlien and Rugen, as a matriarchy, will do what it can to support his daughter's ascension to the inheritance of the land, the fortune and title, or... Hey, Mortimer. Okay, Morty, sweetie. Go on. You're gonna do... Go on. There we go. Ah, cats. You tell him that your great nation is recovering from both Venetian and Lich wars and cannot pledge itself to the cause as worthy as it is. You tell him that you will pass his requests on to Her Majesty Olga III and assure him that such a cause is dear to her heart, but that you cannot commit to such a cause without consultation first. Ooh. I mean, 3 seems like the actual appropriate one, right? But 1... I don't know. I want to do that. That feels the most straightforward. 3 seems like the most sensible. Yeah. I mean, we're a fairly low-level functionary here. As these things go, diplomat for sure, but... Yeah. We're gonna pass this on to the... We're gonna run this up the ladder. I think that's what we're gonna do. It's dear to our heart that you cannot commit such a cause without consultation. Yeah, let's go with that.
You tell him that you will pass his request on to Her Majesty Ulka III and assure him that such a cause is dear to her heart, but that you cannot commit her to such a cause without consultation first. His eyes narrow as he sees through your politicking. He knows no word of this will reach Ulka, and that he will not hear of it again. He excuses himself, and soon you are alone. The rest of your time here feels more lonely and isolating than it had before. 1731. You are through the early years of your career now. You have earned some recognition and accolades, some time from work, and a purse are made available to you. As you take some time to enjoy this leave, a terrible thing happens to you.
We've had a worryingly adventurous life. Your arm is broken while climbing in the Alps. A hunting trip results in a terrible stomach wound. A night in the town ends with your leg being severely damaged. Oh. Tough one. I'm gonna go with climbing wound. Yeah.
Your arm is broken while climbing the Alps.
We're not really a strength-orientated character.
You had been talking with your friend, Astrid, and you both agreed that you needed to blow off some steam. You decided on a vigorous mountain climb, and so you planned a weekend hike up a nearby mountain, with an overnight stay at the summit. It was late summer, so you knew you wouldn't need to pack too much. A tent, some food, and, of course, hiking equipment. The day before the hike, you traveled to a rented chalet at the mountain's base. You spent that evening going over maps, making plans, and divvying the gear, before getting an early night's sleep. The next day, you rose early and began. The early part of the hike was quite pleasant as you wandered through the lush green forest that covered the mountain's base. By midday, you were exiting the forest. From here on, it was sparse and stony trails. Unsure you'd find enough wood at the top for a fire, you gathered some here. The extra wood was bulky and unbalanced you both, but you agreed to carry it for now and abandon it if it became problematic. Soon the incline became steep enough that you needed to start climbing. You worked in tandem to advance, taking short breaks as they presented themselves. At one point, a rope snapped, and Astrid hurt her shoulder as she crashed into the cliff face. In your scramble to secure her, you lost much of the wood you had gathered earlier. You both took a moment to calm your nerves before carrying on. When you finally hoisted yourself up over the edge of the cliff, you found yourself facing a cave. You shouted in to see if your voice echoed. It did, but not by much. You turned to help Astrid up. With the sun setting, you decided to leave your ropes in place so you could make it to the summit before night came, and you set off on the final stretch. You reached the summit as the sun disappeared over the horizon. Astrid set the camp, and you took what little wood survived the journey and built a fire. By the time she had the tent up, your food was heated. The two of you sat, tired but proud of your accomplishment. You talked a while, discussing routes back down and how to improve techniques. A wind picked up, and soon your fire died. You climbed into your tent, but you didn't stay there for long. The wind kept growing, and you both knew that if you had stayed there, your tent would blow away. You took it down as a strong gale whipped up around you. You carried it, wrapped under your arms, down the mountainside to the cave you had passed earlier. You entered, laughing as the wind howled outside. It took a moment for your eyes to adjust to the darkness.
Oh no, it's gonna be Bears. Hey, Rua! How's it going? We are still in the character creation bit. Remarkably. Honestly, this is a lot more in-depth than I thought. I'm kind of digging it.
What was that? Asked Astrid. You'd heard nothing, just the wind, you replied. Then, in the dark, something moved. A grey mass against the black cave wall. Something uncoiled and stood. It snarled and charged at you both. You pushed Astrid out of the way and barely avoided the first swing. A large hand, the size of your head, slammed into the ground with a massive thud. You rammed your elbow under the creature's ribs and it yelled. It spun around, faster than you could react, and backhanded you across the cave.
Oh, yikes.
Your face stung,
Oh,
your
jeez.
head throbbed, but you had no time. You picked yourself up as you heard it nearing. You jumped on it and buried your thumbs into where you hoped it had eyes. It shrieked and grabbed you by the arm. It tightened its grip on you, and you felt something crunch under your skin. You yelled. It hurled you towards the cavern's mouth.
Ugh. Yes, that's the thing about really bad bone breaks, especially the bigger bones. It's the hearing of it. I'm like, yeah. When I broke my leg a couple of years back, and the sound of the bones snapping still haunts me.
Astrid, who had managed to get out while you fought the thing, was able to seize you by the legs and dragged you. The thing followed you to the cave mouth and bellowed after you. You got a good look at it then. A nigh 10-foot grey-blue body, rippled with muscles and bristling with white hair. A hammerling, one of the mountain giants.
Oh, of course you can ask head pats, Rua. If I could reach to the screen and give you head pats, I would. Head pat, head pat, head pat, head pat, head pat. Does that count? That's the best I can do right now. I'm sorry, but yes, you are worthy of head pats.
It didn't follow you out onto the mountainside. You and Astrid, tentless now, found a crevasse to hide in, pained and cold until morning. Thankfully, the climb down was easier despite your broken arm, in part because you left your ropes anchored. It took a few months for your arm to mend. You still haven't regained its full strength since that night. On cold days, it seizes up still.
Yeah, it never quite heals up the way it did before.
1733. When you learned of your father's death, you were...
Hi there, Nine. Hi, Sierra. Hi, Coral. Yeah, we're still in the, I think we're coming towards the end of the, character creation bit. So it's done in the style of this book from, just before you were born to present day, which I believe is about now in 1733. So, yeah. When you learned your father's death, you were at work, at home, on a date. I'm gonna go with on a date? Yeah. I'm definitely not resting at home. I'm gonna go with on a date.
On a date. The main course had just been served when a courier came to you and delivered the letter. It had your family seal on it. You knew it was important. You excused yourself for a moment. You never returned to dinner. You did not go on a second date.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that would, derail the mood. Hi, Mortimer, can you settle down?
Something changed in you then, and not for the better.
I lost myself in rage. I overcame with sorrow. I went numb. Oh. Not rage. I don't really get rage. Sorrow and numbness? Probably sorrow. I guess, although it's... Yeah, probably sorrow.
I was overcome with sorrow. Any chance I had at repairing that relationship had just been pulled from me. A future robbed. Now, days later, your carriage crests the hills towards Marnes, the sun blasting off the red and yellow bricks and rippling off the blue sea beyond. You are almost home.
Home to see my mother and support in a terrible time. Home to bury a man I never really knew and never would. Home to reclaim my life here now that the man who sent me away is dead. Ooh. I mean, honestly, probably 3 if it was me. Surprisingly, don't have the best relationship with my family. So yeah, let's go with 3. Hey, Mortimer, sweetie. Hi, I love you. However, you're gonna need to shut the fuck up, please. Thank you. Come on, settle down, baby.
Home to reclaim my life here now that the man who sent me away is dead.
All right. Hey, Morty. Yeah. Hi, Lucas. How's it going? All right, so yeah. We've just finished the character creation. And, okay, Mortimer, baby, okay. Ah! 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 Oh my god, ah! Ah, okay, sorry about that. Oh. Mortimer decided that would be the perfect time just to scramble off and just clomp onto my ear. Okay, it's okay. Losing behavior in the middle of something you lose control over your size. Hey, it takes concentration to maintain physical form, right? Right. Alright. That was an extensive, and honestly, really quite good character creation. I dig that. Alright, what have we got? So, Varga van Elstrik. Career? Diplomat. Honestly, yeah, this looks alright. Okay. We're not a very physical character. Yeah, not very physical at all. Aww. This is good. My size has changed a fair bit over the years. I used to be like 2 inches taller, for one. Analyze. Analyze the ability to read other people's truthfulness and intentions. Yeah, honestly, this feels about right. Vargar van Elstrik. Hell of a name. Sure, I mean, 25 coins? I guess? Sure, that sounds good. I think it sounds good. One hour from the north gate of Mans, my coach has been climbing a steep hill surrounded on all sides by oaks before the great forest gave way to farmland. And there we saw a young woman accosted by 2 brigands. My coachman called to me.
Should we stop, madam? I am Klaus for coachman. I am Klaus for coachman.
Oh, okay. Hi, Klaus the coachman. Should we stop? No drive on to hasten my father's funeral. We've got to do something, right? Our coach pulled to a stop. Is everything okay here, my good lady? You men, what are you doing? As Martin's father was so far since I've been away, that 2 of you could accost a lady so near to the gates of the city. Good men, what has this young woman done to draw your attention? Okay, don't want to pick a fight here, really. Oh no, Van Elstrik sounds Dutch, but the name... Yeah, it does sound Dutch. I mean, we're like a small little city-state near Venice. That's where this is set. So, yeah, like trade, I guess, would be a big part of it. So maybe. Is everything okay, my good lady? Yes, apart from
this pair of fools annoying me.
I'm sorry. He waved a hand at them quite casually, and then the men hefted their weapons. One of them turned to me.
Stay out of this. It is none of your business.
Lord Florian? Florian? I've never seen that spelling of Florian before. I mean, I dig it, but yeah.
I am a brigand of the Northern Forest.
I confront them, I tend to bargain with them. I left them to their squabble. I tend to bargain with them. We're not really, you know, again, not much of a punchy character. That's when makes you think Balkan or Slavic. Yeah, I mean, where this is set is pretty close to the Slovenian border, so... Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess roughly where the border would be one day. So, yeah, certainly, that's that sort of vibe. What is... skill check. You're making a skill check. It's a level 2 analyze check. This means that you need to have 2 levels of analyze to pass it. If your skill is less than 2, then you can spend points from your skill pool to make up the balance. Your skill pool refills each at the start of each chapter. Okay. Skill check level 2. Can I see what my... Hi, Mortimer. Can I see what my skills are? I think I've got that, but I do not know. What do we got? Oh, actually, hang on. Whilst we're here, let's... Well, let's music. NPC voices would be good. Sure, let's try that. Graphics, I'm gonna put that back to default. Okay, that's a little better. A little less blurry. Okay, yeah, can I see what my character... Not hugely helpful. Okay, so this is an analyze check. Analyze 4. Okay, we're good. Hi. Slovenia is a beautiful place. Yeah, I passed through it a couple of times. I've never had a chance to really stop there over the years. Like right now, probably not a great place for someone like me to be. But yeah, like it's a country that's 90% dense forest. Like, what's not to love about that? So yeah. I tempted to bargain with them, spend 0 skill points to pay them off with 4 crowns. Okay. You know, maybe, like, if we spend enough skill points, we might be able to bargain our way out of the ad break, you know? Let's see if we can deal with that, and then we'll come back to these brigands in, like, 3 minutes. I think we can tackle that in 3 minutes. I'm sorry. We'll be right back. Swoosh! Hello. There we go. Ultimate, you are being very snuggly today. It is very welcome, but you gotta, you know, you gotta chill. You chill for me? I think Mortimer's been up all night hunting mice. Which is good for him, but, you know. It does mean that he didn't get his prerequisite amount of snuggles. And now he's making up for it. Alright. Yeah, this game's interesting so far. I'm very... Like, the setting is interesting. It's like... There's clearly a lot of knowledge and love for the time period and region, but there's also zombie armies and stuff, so it's going to be very interesting to see where this goes. Because, yeah, what is the writer's knowledge of sort of real world bits and pieces? I mean, certainly not nothing, because, yeah, the talk of the witch trials and that kind of thing. This is clearly someone who knows a little bit about the period and the society and knowledge sharing and stuff within that time period. So we'll see. Yeah, 1733. This is right at the start of the Enlightenment. I mean, this would be around, like, Voltaire be kicking around doing his thing. This would be right around when the vampire flaps and stuff were happening. Yeah. Fascinating. And of course, brigands being brigands. Because brigands gonna brig, right? And swoosh. Alright. Let's get ads out of the way for a bit. And Croatia has on the coast department. Croatia's got like everyone beat on the coast department. Okay, Mortimer, what did we talk about? Oh my god. Morty, I love you, baby. Off you go. Ah. Google has become more useless. I typed Jamestown year and it told me it is 2026 in Jamestown. I mean, yeah, not wrong, but not helpful either. These pictures. Oh, next time he gets very stuck by that, I'll see what I can do, because he is very, very sweet when he does that. Alright then, we were trying to fend off a bunch of brigands. Ah yes, let others boast of martial dash, for we have boldly fought with cash. I'm sure it's just some misunderstanding. Here, some coin for your trouble. The men sneered as they reached for the money, but I prepared to resume my journey.
Thank you for helping me. I am a carefree herbalist from a small village near Mons.
Okay.
I know you. You are the daughter of Zelig.
I assume Zelig was our father. Yeah, Zelig van Sterk, whatever her name was. Yeah, that sounds very, very Dutch. And she shrugged and smiled sweetly, straightened the garland in her hair. I nodded. She seemed about my age, but I did not recall her face when past. Who are you? Who are those men? Surely Mons has not come so lawless. Were you not afraid for your life being in danger? Yeah, who? Zelig doesn't sound... It's... What? I guess there's... Yeah, maybe more German? My knowledge of Dutch is, you know, not good at best, I'm afraid. Who are you?
Just a girl from the village yonder.
A likely story. She looked slyly at me and waved up her arm to the north, back down the hill from where I'd come.
I was collecting herbs when they waylaid me.
My coachman eyed her suspiciously but said nothing. Yeah, I'm eyeing her suspiciously. And one of those men, Smalcalco said, lawless. Your life seemed in danger. Perhaps you would care to visit me at my mansion when I'm settled in? I mean, bold, but also, you know, what is the 1733 equivalent of, hey, do you want to get a U-Haul and a cat? So, yeah, apparently it's of Yiddish origin. So, okay. Yeah, and that, again, that would make sense for the region at the time. Interesting. Sure. Sort of flirting. Then perhaps I might learn your name, sweet maiden. That's very presumptuous. Maiden, really? You seem the feisty sort of lass who I could befriend. What? Sure. Okay, this got way more flirty than I anticipated initially, but you know, why not? She looked amused for a moment before answering.
Perhaps indeed.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume this is the 1730s version of just lesbians moving too fast. Were you not afraid?
It was not. Those men are fools.
The coachman scowled at her. Who were those men?
The protection of the city is not there for all of us.
Yeah, mood.
And outside its walls, there are many men such as these.
Oh?
This much of her words are true. In recent times, I never travel beyond the city without a weapon.
I mean, that's frequently a sane thing to do. I mean, you know, in the rough, lawless times of 1733 and the rough, lawless times of, 2026, yeah, she already has a U-Haul. I mean, that's true. We are moving to a new home and stuff, so we do have all of our stuff in a truck. So sure, we just need a cat. I already got the U-Haul. Now I just need a cat and a girlfriend. Okay, that. Okay, I might remember that next time I need to flirt with someone. Bold and silly, but what the fuck, right? Wow, this turned a lot more gay and a lot more flirty than I anticipated. I thought there would be more, like, zombies and stuff. But, okay. Early Enlightenment lesbians it is. Okay. That's more settled in. You said that already. Okay, yeah.
Perhaps indeed.
That one. Be safe. I must away for my father's. Oh yeah, we're on our way to my father's funeral. Oh no, we stopped to flirt with someone. In fairness, we didn't like the guy very much.
I am sorry. It is a sad day, and Lord Zelig was a good man.
Although that could, considering the flirtiness of the conversation so far, that could just be seen that we're just, just casually dropping. Well, I also just inherited, so Vargar Renaissance lesbian. Yeah. I climbed back into my coach and glanced. I climbed back into my coach and glanced out. Come on, girl. Focus. Focus, girl. Come on. I climbed back into my coach and glanced out and waved farewell, but the place of the young woman stood an old hag watching me. The shadows seemed drawn around her, leaving her face indistinct.
Be wary. Vizerek dead the wolves are circling.
Okay. Do these wolves have a number? I mean, just in case a woman gets lonely. Girls got needs.
The House of Van Eerstrik may have an important part in the future of the kingdom. Do not presume to know who your friends and enemies are.
Okay. I think we may have just met the local witch. I sort of assumed we were flirting with the local
Whoa
witch, but
there.
that is the appropriate thing to do. Oh. Now I think about it, I think I might be the local witch. I did overhear some of the local children referring to me as the gay witch that talks to crows. Which, not right, but I generally don't talk to the crows. Magpies and ravens, sure, the crows just kind of do their own thing. The carriage came to a sudden stop, which jolted me awake. I thought that my return home after so many years that I would watch it all, rising up over the hills to see Marnes, entering the gates to ride to my family home. But I had been travelling for 3 days now, and I had clearly been too tired to stay awake. Despite my strange encounter in the northern forests, I was home. Perhaps it was unkind of me, but when I stepped out, I was surprised to be greeted by Hoffman. I suspected him to be long retired by now. Despite his age, he stood as tall as he greeted me. He stood tall as he greeted me. God damn it! I cannot read. The uninformed magpies, ravens. I mean, that's true. However, they were still wrong. They also said that I had a pet fox, and he was not a pet fox. He was just a small puppy that looked like a fox. So, you know. Yeah, I know.
Welcome home, my lady. I trust your journey was a pleasant one.
I mean, I survived it. As best as one could expect given the circumstances. I returned home to bury my father, Albrecht. No, it was not a pleasant journey. It was tiring. Get my bags, Albrecht. Okay. If you end up in a situation where you have staff, be nice to them. They prepare your food, and they know where you sleep. Be professional, but don't be a dick, you know? As best as could be expected given the circumstances. The old man said nothing, and there was no expression on his face. He just nodded slightly, as indecipherable as I recalled. Nothing about his exchange gave away how close he had been to my father. Raising him after my grandfather's death, tutoring him and following him to war, even minding my mother in recent years. He was hurting from the death, and I knew he was. He hid it well. Oh. Yeah. I must have been staring too long as he became cut in the
If
silence.
Madam wishes to go inside, I shall follow along with the luggage.
Don't we have any, younger staff that could do the heavy lifting? Don't you have staff? Oh, thank you, Gildy. Yeah, I could use that. All right. Oh. 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 And the other shoulder. Oh. And hydrate. Oh, dang, that's cold. Okay, and posture check. Deeper on that spine. Hi, Mortimer. Hi, are you gonna settle down this time? Can we do this? I want to snuggle with you, baby, but you gotta relax. Can't glomp onto my ears when I'm on stream. Them's the rules. Okay, I think we're good. I nodded and left him be. Oh! Okay, so an hour and 20 minutes in, and we're finally able to control our character. Red dress? I think I'm pulling off the red dress quite well. Okay, what are the controls? Graphics setting turn off the painterly effect. I don't know. I'm fine with how it is. Oh, there we go. Camera. Nice. Oh, I hope I got the mute button in time. Oh, sneezing. Oh, lycoid tail fluff up the nose. Oh, that clears the sinuses. Okay, so... Well, I mean, it's quite a nice estate. Tudor brickwork, that looks of it. I have fond memories of jumping into the sea from here. Jumping into the sea from here with my friends Diedrich and Flip. Oh yeah, oh wow, yeah, they mentioned those in the character creation. Long hot summers a lifetime ago. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, can we look at the boat? The boat hadn't been tended to in all into an age. I wondered if it was still seaworthy. Let's hope we don't have to find out. Okay, can you look at the jetty then? Finding is a little not great. I found the... Okay, yeah. Alright. We can't do too much then. Okay. Hint, you can double click to run. Or use WASD. Can you use WASD? WASD. Oh, hang on. WASD works so much better if I switch on the keyboard. Ah, yeah, look at that. Ah, okay. Okay, that's that run animation is not the silliest we've seen recently, but okay. As it was just as I remembered. Less cavernous, perhaps, but still an impressive room with a grand staircase leading up to the bedrooms and bedrooms and private offices. There was no sign of any of our servants, however, and there, beside the fire, my mother slumbered. No proper vestibule? Martial suit of armor. Huh. And this is overrated. I'm pretty sure ours actively hate us. Yeah, I mean, I've had mine literally taken apart and reconstructed. So, you know. Geez, it took me like a whole bunch to like flush all the blood out of them after that. That was a whole experience. Harrietta Dubois, former cop, current necromancer. I need to play Disco Elysium. Maybe once we're done with Little Kitty Big City, I'll do that on stream. I hear it's amazing. And everyone keeps saying, oh my god, yeah, you three should play that. Which is always worrying when people refer to us as you three. It feels pointed, you know? Let me say bye to my mother. Juliana? You can use the right mouse button or control to see additional icons. Yeah, okay. My mother looked to be waking from a rest. As I approached, she raised her hand to block the light as she looked at me. She didn't seem pleased to see me and shooed me off with a wave of her
Away,
hand.
ghost. I'm too tired to be haunted this day.
I'm not a ghost. I don't think. Each of the three of you get something different from the game. Oh my. Oh, that sounds intriguing and also worrying. I'm home for Father's burial. Mother, it's me, Vargard. I've decided it was best to leave her to rest. I should probably talk to her. I'm not renowned for leaving well enough alone. You might have noticed, right? Recognition washed over her face then.
Oh, my baby has returned. Your father will be so glad to see you.
Really? Really? He doesn't strike me as the type. And she trails
Your
off.
father.
Oh.
Your father. Oh.
I mean, I guess, yeah. Speaking with the dead, at least. I mean, she must... Now, how old must she be? I mean, we're like... 20-ish? So... Yeah, she must have been... Possibly younger than us when she had children, maybe, so... I don't know, let's say, be generous and say 20-ish. So, I guess she must be in her, like, 40s, which is reasonably old for this time frame. I decided it was best to leave her to rest. Yeah, we'll catch up about the whole father situation. Paintings, wine... What is going on here? Why is the wine bottled and boxed in the hallway? Times are not good in this place. We appear to have only a single servant. Looks like we've taken the paintings down and we're selling the wine and the paintings? What's up with this suit of armor? I'm assuming we're selling that too? Where's the rest of the armor? I need to ask Albrecht. Why are these paintings off the wall? Albrecht would know. Why is the wine from the cellar? A crate of my father's most precious wines. Why was this in the entrance hall? Yeah, times are not good for this noble family. We might be the upper crust, but we seem to be the crust on our uppers. Alright. There. When I next saw Albert, he was standing in the lobby beside
Can
my
I help
bags.
you, my lady?
Albert Hoffman, why does that name sound so familiar? Why is there any half a suit of armor on display? Seems like a reasonable question, right? We're in the midst of selling some pieces. In brief, your father's passing has left the family's finances under pressure. Jeez, you're selling off the family armor. That's under a lot of pressure. A conversation for once you've settled in, I think. Oof. Okay, yeah. Yeah, how did our father die? Albert, your letter didn't mention our father died. A sharp look from him then. He must not have wanted the question, but surely he expected it. Forgive me, my lady. I must confess I'm embarrassed to tell you he was found dead in a bush. What? Found dead in a bush. The smell of alcohol strong on him. You know... Yeah. Not too unexpected, you know. This is a guy who's been through a whole lot. Like war and turmoil, zombie armies at one point. You know. Yeah, who's Bush, I guess. It should be questioned. The herbalist Helen performed an autopsy and said it was failure of the heart brought on by overindulgence in liquor. A herbalist? Did this city have no doctors? I should find and question this man soon. Meanwhile, I need to search my house for more evidence of my father's drinking habits. Interesting. Yeah. Why not a surgeon? I'm afraid it does not suppose... Wait. I'm afraid I did not suppose to know why. He's a learned man, I suppose? You didn't get him then? Oh. Drunk in a bush? To-do note updating your journal. Oh, we should check the journal. Okay, yeah. Yes, some broken bottles were found scattered around him with the funeral. With the funeral, I've not had time to tidy up the area. Should you wish to look, it's around the back of the house. I think the crime scene. Could be a detective necromancer. I kind of feel it's cheating.
Butler to the family Van Elstrick since even your father was a boy.
Yeah, it's like when I did my playthrough of Baldur's Gate and I had an amulet that could allow me to speak to the dead. And it felt a little bit like cheating when you're trying to solve a murder and you could just grab the corpse, shake it and go, "Who killed you?" The local authorities didn't appreciate my approach. But, you know, I get results, alright? I get results. Who found him? The groundskeeper found him beginning his morning chores. Oh, so he's still a groundskeeper. Okay, that's good. Anticipating my next question, Albert cut me off. Nicholas is not here. He no longer works for the family. What, we have to do our own gardening? God damn it. I'm not equipped for gardening, alright? Why not? Perhaps a discussion best left for now, but in brief, your father's past is what the family's... your family's financial affairs are unstable. What was our father doing? Like, oh my god. I guess... necromancy is an expensive hobby? Then more financial issues... I've not seen the rest of the house staff since arriving home. I think we know what's up with that. I saw my mother. She seems worse than normal. The old man inhaled deeply and sighed. Yes, she's been declining rapidly since your father's passing. not sleeping, confusion, loss of sense of where she is. I'm hoping your return will anchor her some. Yeah, Sierra, I think you might be right. I'm sure that in the past few days when the pain lessens, she'll sleep better, properly, normally. Until then, she wanders, a little lost, and I help her get her to sleep when I can. Yes, I'm sure she'll be fine, Miss Varga. I'm sure of it. You don't seem sure at all. Has a priest seen her? Has a doctor seen her? Perhaps the herbalist could take a look. He seems to be at the centre of the medical excellence in the area. A CRPG I haven't heard of before? Hi, Aserai? Akarai? Aserai? I haven't pronounced that right. Correct me if I am wrong. Yeah, honestly, I had not heard of this one until like a month or two back, and someone recommended it. And yeah, it seems certainly intriguing so far. Yeah, perhaps the herbalist could take a look. Trust me, madam, there is no concoction he can brew to aid her. I don't know why he performed your father's autopsy, but I would not let him near your mother. Weird. Okay. Sure. What news of the funeral plans? We pause a moment. It has already happened, my lady. He was cremated and entombed yesterday. We did not receive word of your arrival, and so your uncle hastened the events. Wait, what? Hastened the events as your mother's health has been understandably poor since passing. I had not hoped to allow you more time to rest after your trip before telling you. I was shocked at this, and I sure that Albert noticed. An uncharacteristic softness came over him then. It was a suitable affair, I assure you. Cremated? First time was right. Oh, awesome. Ace-ray it is. Okay. In the financial issues. Okay, so why was the funeral so soon after his death? Surely they should have waited another day for me to arrive. There was no word that you would arrive. Your uncle was worried that the shroud would try to take the body. What? The shroud. I thought that all the worshippers of the Lich had been taken care of by now, but certainly that's not the case. Oh, okay, yes, this is not historic. This is pseudo-historic, and there was that whole business with a Lich trying to take over the region. Okay, yeah, so cremation makes total sense then. If there can be evil wizards going around resurrecting the dead, then yeah, you're gonna burn those bodies. I guess we're not gonna be able to question our father's corpse then. Given your father's part in the war, his corpse would have made a valuable trophy. Yeah! Yeah, okay, honestly, this is a guy who fought in at least one war, possibly two, one regular, one zombie, and yeah, honestly, I can see why he might have had a drinking problem, Yikes. Wow, alright. I'm surprised to see that members haven't chased... I'm surprised that members of the cult haven't chased down by now. Do they have the ability to raise the dead? I thought that was lost with the Lich. Why would anyone living pledge themselves to an undead sorcerer? A few years back, I would also question that. Unfortunately, here we are, and yeah, why would someone do a crazy thing like pledge themselves to a lunatic madman at the head of a death cult? Who would do that? Looking at you, America. Looking at you. The Thaumaturge is another cool supernatural gun. Yeah, I've had my eye on the Thaumaturge for a bit, actually. It's another one that's on my list to check out. I heard good things. So, yeah. curious. I'll count that as another recommendation. Yeah, why would anyone pledge themselves an undead sorcerer? It is hard to say. For some, this life isn't enough, I suppose. They wanted for more time, or maybe they just wanted to see others suffer. But I speculate. Why pledge yourself an undead sorcerer when you can be the sorcerer of the undead? Right? Okay. Yeah, I'm curious about this shroud thing. I mean, I was kind of curious as to how they were going to go with the Necromancer thing. Because in 1733, real world, like our real world, someone to be thought of as a Necromancer, it would be like a sorcerer or something, someone who performed Guishic rituals and like summoned demons and that kind of stuff, and only occasionally spoke to the dead. But yeah, I guess there's a bit more, sorcerer. Yeah, I thought I was lost with the Lich. It is hoped so. The presumption is that they are waiting, hoping for a new Death Lord to rise. Taking the body would be more of a gesture of resistance. Another Death Lord, he's saying. How about a Death Lady? Okay, we'll learn more about that in time, I'm sure. Okay. No financial issues. We'll get back to that in a bit. I've questioned about my father's death. Yeah, we'll come back to our breaks. I want to take a look around. I decided to bid him farewell and go about my day. I travelled all the way and they'd already had the funeral. I guess that's one less thing to worry about. These condolence cards. A set of condolence cards were displayed on the table. I opened the card from my uncle, Baron Vervace? Bleak. I love it. Juliana, I still cannot believe he is gone. With the pomp over, I will be taking some time to mourn him. Oh, like pomp and ceremony. If you need anything whilst I'm gone, ask Lucas. I'm sorry that I need to retreat away when you need me the most. I failed him and now I fail you. Ugh. Funerals are tough. From Lucas. Or the Queen. What did the Queen have to say? Those are intense mourning cards. I kind of dig them. I'm deeply saddened by the loss of one of Rilshian's finest sons. His efforts and his service to this country these past 30 plus years have kept this great nation safe from the preposterous... Oh, I cannot read this font. Something admittedly difficult... Preposterous, though prosperous. Okay. It's prosperous, though admittedly difficult times. It's truly hard to say that we would stand so tall if it were not for his sacrifices. I know that I shall hold a vigil for him this day in farewell. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Grandmother Sybil. A second card from Diedrich that was addressed to me alone. Interesting. One enigmatically marked with an S. From the priest father Oliver. Alright. Oh wow, there's a lot. I mean, I guess he was a noble of the area. It makes sense, but... Yeah, one addressed to me alone from Diedrich. Diedrich was... one of our childhood friends, I think? A lily. Vaga. I'm so sorry. I admired your father always wished he'd been my dad. Let's drink to his memory when you get back, yeah? Okay, that I can get into. Alright, Diedrich, we'll find you. Alright. Enigmatically marked with an S. A rose? Not a standard funeral symbol. Death comes for us all in the end. But how do we greet him? Cowering, angry, bartering like a statesman perhaps, or with open arms like a friend? Yes. Huh. Huh. See, that's... I can kind of get into. Clearly pronounced like sorry. I'm very sorry. Oh dear. Oh, that's hard to read, I guess. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this font is difficult to read. Which I guess you're reading people's, like, handwriting, so it makes sense. Cousin, grandmother Civil. Pushed to the back was a card from my friend Sophia. Why was it pushed to the back? Now I'm just serious. Sorry. Sorry to hear about your father. God damn it. Sorry to hear about your father. Still, maybe you can come home now, eh? Okay, we need to catch up with Sybil and Dietrich. I feel they're less likely to kill us all. Alright, okay, so those ones we've seen already. What does the local priest have to say? Local priest, because of course he has to one up everyone else who just has a mere cross. He has to go for all three. Dear Van Estrix, I am wounded by the news of the loss. Such a loss to you as the city and the entire nation. I'll set in motion plans for such a grand funeral. A grand funeral to ferry him off to our Lord God and his heavenly angels. A saint of a man. My heart weeps for you, Father Oliver. Huh. Interesting. Alright. Yeah. Now, who was it? Was it Diedrich that addressed us directly, was it? The second card from Diedrich. Okay, yes. The Diedrich and Sophia sent us this directory, and this S I'm very curious about. I mean, it's enigmatic. Of course I'd be curious. It's me. Alright. My possessions, such as they were, some changes of clothes, some books, nothing of real value. Huh. Fun fact, a woo speech actually predates the internet by a lot. I can believe that, actually. Hi, Tibby. Are you joining us? Are you a necromancer too? Or do you just scram? I mean, she does like to eat hearts. Freeze-dried chicken hearts are her favourite treat. Hint, you can view your active tasks by viewing your journal. Oh, yes! I'm sorry, that's the flashing you're talking about? Oh, my god. Sure. Oh, that's annoying. Come on. Whoa. Can I... alright, whatever. Okay, so cursor keys move the camera around. Well, that's complicated. Journal. Notes. To-do list. For anything else, I need to talk to Ulrich, my mother. Okay. I found out what I can about my father's death. Cool. You can make your own entries. Okay, by hovering over the last entry and using plus. Plus? I don't know what that means. Okay. Before anything else, I need to talk to Albrecht. Oh, okay, so we move things around. I should find the herbalist and ask him why he did father autopsy. My father died from drinking too much, and yet I've never seen whiskey in the house. I need to search for clues. Okay, that seems important. Let's put that at the top. I should check the bush around the back of the house. Yeah, let's look at the crime scene, I guess. I should find Nikos, my ex-gardener, and discuss it with my father's death. Okay. Put that... Oh, okay. There's a plus symbol there. We can add our own to-dos. Excellent. Okay, you know what we should add there? Okay, to-do. We should go to... break. Yeah. Actually, no, that's probably a pretty easy one to check off, isn't it? Let's get that done right now. Sorry. Swoosh! Okay, it's probably the best segue you're going to get today. Oh, let's get some more caffeine whilst we're doing the thing. So yeah, very interesting. Let's find out who our... I mean, I'm presuming he was murdered? I guess we don't know. Very curious. And now all the cats have just gone. Because of course they have. I don't know why I'm complaining. I'm not really complaining. The animals spend like all night snuggled up to me, so, you know. I just like being around them. Oh yeah, I need to go check on the file transfer. I mean, not right this second, but trying to install bigger drives in my network storage, which means backing up all the other stuff because the drives are physically installed, but I need to repartition the RAID. And yeah, to do that is, you know, I need to back up everything, which means I'm having to transfer like 4 terabytes of stuff onto a backup drive. And like, oh my god, it feels so wrong just sticking 4 terabytes onto a USB drive. Like, I know it's fine, but I just feel, you know, transferring 4 terabytes over USB feels intrinsically wrong. Yeah, like, that's... Like, I don't know. I still remember having, like, wow, a whole gigabyte as a hard drive? That's a whole lot. I'll never be able to use that. Ooh, what sci-fi game did they do, Gildy? Because, yeah. I mean, honestly, so far, this seems solid. There's a few, like, game engine choices that's I'm not massively into. But, yeah, in terms of, like, creation, I mean, that's just, like, interface stuff more than anything else. But, yeah. So far, this is interesting. 256 gig. Yeah. It's ridiculous. The fact that I can get a 1 terabyte micro, like, micro SD card is insane. And yeah, the fact that I'm upgrading the drives to 14 terabytes is just bonkers. And swoosh, we're back. I think it's called Colony Ship. Oh, I think I've heard of that. I'm going to take a look at that. That could be an interesting setting. Now we'll see how their writing goes. Oh, I can use Q and E, to rotate the camera. All right. We should. Robinson Crusoe. Wait, wait, what? Robinson Crusoe. When was... No. When was Robinson Crusoe published? That can't be right. One second. I need to find this out. Robinson Crusoe. Published? Holy shit! 1719? I did not think it was that early. Wow, okay, fair enough. Honestly, I would have pegged it as like early 19th century, not 18th. Cool, alright. So, yeah. Robinson Crusoe, date 1719, Daniel Defoe. I was born a poor black boy in the swamps of Louisiana. That's not right. I was born in the year 1632 in the city of York. Is this the... Okay, it's not the whole book. Okay. I'd be curious to go back and read that. I've not read it since I was a kid, and most of those memories are gone. Love in Excess. The Fatal Inquiry. Now, this seems more my pace. I mean, honestly, a cheesy romance novel seems much more Ralph's pace, to be honest. Not enough monsters, though. The Strange and Surprising Adventures of Robinson Crusoe. Crusoe of York, mariner who lived in... Yeah. I've been cast away but ashore by shipwreck. Huh. Who would have thunk it? I imagine they just had literally the entire story. I mean, it wouldn't be the first game that's done something like that. Like, the first Deus Ex game has the entirety of G.K. Chesterton's The Man Who Was Thursday in it, which I never would bother to read whilst I was playing the game, and I went back and played, played the rest of the game later. Went back and read the book later, and yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. It's bad to the point that I hate G.K. Chesterton now. And yeah, screw that guy. Like, it starts off really good, don't get me wrong, and it ends horrendously. That guy can't... Gonna bash his head in for that. Okay, not really, he's already pretty dead, but, you know. If we ever met in person, I would ask him what the fuck in the most stringent of terms. Oh! Yeah, it's a real novel, and honestly, check it out. It's bad, but it starts off really good. And then you keep expecting, you carry on reading, wondering where is this going, and then it gets to that ending, and you want to throw it across the room. Because the ending is that bad. Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. Okay, so someone was, like, buying, like, some pretty up-to-date-ish literature. Who are you? You look very dashing. I recognize none of the people in these portraits that hung on the wall, nor the names of the plaques. Huh. Well, that one's askew. Have I taken my meds? I have! Excellent! Thank you, Medbot. Okay, so we've got like a little receiving room and a drawing room. Okay. Can we play the piano? I sat at the piano and played. Alone, as I had played many times as a child. After a time, I ceased. No one on the team was a pianist, huh? Okay, that's absolutely fine. My father had many important meals at this table, but I was never invited to those. Yeah, they're selling off like everything. What is this? Oh, it's a toilet. An indoor flushing toilet in the style of Thomas Crapper. When was that? Oh, geez, yeah, I guess it must have been. Yeah, Thomas Crapper's style systems were, I guess they must have been around the early 18th century. Huh. Yeah, I mean, clearly this place was pretty modern. I mean, around, like, the Venetian kingdom was pretty up to date with fashions and that kind of stuff. But, yeah, that style of toilets, that would have been very modern. One of my favourite places in the house. Many were the nights when Albrecht would bring me here to fix me a late snack once Mother and Father had gone to bed. Yeah, the kitchens have always been some of my favourite places in the house. Yes, I was always one of those people who went to a house party and just hung out in the kitchen with the dogs, because, again, what part of me doesn't scream that? I've been informed by many people that it's a very witchy thing to do, which I'm never quite sure what to make of. Is this the wine pantry? My father's drink rack. Bottles of wine. Yeah! We've mentioned wine a whole bunch of times, but no whiskey. I feel you're not going to be in this house long. All I know is the first flushing toilets was a bit before 1600. That early, huh? Feels like I can get ready to sell off and move out. Yeah, they're clearly selling a bunch of stuff. This was clearly a trapdoor. Heavy-looking and reinforced metal braces, no obvious locking mechanism. I could not see a way to open it. Perhaps Albrecht knows something. Well, I need to find a way into the frickin' basement. Okay, I won't go poking around the servants' staircase just yet. Sure, let's... Let me go upstairs this way. Wow. Hey, she is speedy. Now, go up the main staircase as befits our station, I suppose. Alright. If Father wasn't in his office, he'd be here. I used to wait for him to leave so I could look at whatever he had been reading. There was mention of, like, a restricted book section in the character creation that we didn't get to look into. So what do we have? On the safe procurement of Devil's Wood, the ancient cultures of the Adriatic, the tale of Arachne, the caged creature of Cervazes. Interesting. Sort of on a topic, I guess. My old room. It was strange being back. I felt the same every time I returned home. I thought I hadn't really been with my home since I was sent away 14 years prior. Just a place I came to see my family. Now, just a place to visit my mother. Weird. Yeah, my parents just destroyed my childhood room the moment I left. What a freaking surprise, huh? Ooh, a chest. A knife. I can sell it for a crown. Oh, this is what we've currently got. Okay. A shirt and skirt. Yeah, I'm going to take all that stuff. You never know when you need another outfit. Anything I can use on the table? Not really. Okay. Is a store cupboard? Okay, a store cupboard. Cloth. A bladder. And leather trousers. Okay, let's take the leather trousers. Let's take the lederhosen. So I feel there's going to be not exactly necessary, but you know. Oh, hey, Riley! This guy is not dancing. We need Cadence to show up and show up. Aww. Let's... No, don't go downstairs. Don't go downstairs. Alright. This is the father's study? Parents' room. My parents' bedroom. Even now, it felt like a violation to be here. What is going on there? Oh, it's a bed canopy. Okay. Oh. A journal. A journal, you say? Leather trousers, riding crop. Wait, wrong wardrobe. I mean, you say that. I used to own all, like, leather trousers, riding crops, all that sort of stuff, for actual uses, not like, you know, kink uses. They have proper purposes, you know. My mother's journal was a mess of disjointed sentences and lists, as if she was trying to remind herself of even the most basic tasks. Yeah, I can relate. Yeah, we don't really keep a journal, but we do have a notebook that we scribble all this sort of stuff down because the idea gives you crazy amnesia, and yeah. Okay. And this is my father's study, where he spent most of his time. This is a nice study. It's bigger than mine. Although, looking around the room, mine's cooler. I don't have a big fireplace. That's true. Somewhere there was a note that says, God damn it, Darvel said I'm pretty again. God damn it, Darvel. Fine, you know what? Just for that, I'm writing that down. There we go. God damn it. Said pretty. Again, I'm gonna put a little tab thing there. So in like 3 days, when I remember to actually look at this damn thing, I'm gonna be vaguely annoyed at you. And blush a lot. Thank you, Darvel. Curious if the journal has a conversation between folk. Yeah, I mean, well, our journal sort of does sometimes. When there's not good communication between the three of us, writing stuff down is... it feels the most secure, you know? A portrait of Aldous Schmidt. Who the fuck is Aldous Schmidt? I have a vague memory of the man from my youth. A general alongside my father and uncle, a close friend of theirs. It marked his death as 1726 during the Lich War. Oof. Father must have been quite close to him, I guess. Hello? It looked like there was something up there. I could probably reach it with a stretch. And 0 skill points to climb on the shelf to reach it, spend 0 skill points to where it is. I'm gonna stretch agility level 1. We do not have great agility. What is our agility? It's 1. Okay, so we can do it. Just about. Sure. Of course I want it. Copy of Macbeth. Inside it was an unaddressed letter to my father. Wait, my father had clearly intended to send, now it's never would. What does it say? Omen? Yeah. Omen, you owe me a debt and I intend to collect it a week hence. Won? Where? Oh, warn! I warn you neither to disappoint nor shortchange me. The result of either would be most unpleasant for you. ZVE. Okay, yeah. Then Elkster. Yeah, okay. That's... Who's Omen? After reading it, I put it in my bag. Good call. Globe. A globe of the world. it even has the Americas on it. How modern. It was prepared with the tiny red and black flags. I couldn't help but be curious as to what they meant, but there was no sign of a key anywhere. I'm thinking it contains secrets. A desk. My father's desk, a pile of maps and writings scattered across it. It seems as messy in later life as I recalled him in childhood. Yeah. Ooh. Examine the papers, look at the maps. Search for detailed matters on matters financial. Examine the papers, come on, be nosy. The guy's dead, we're inheriting. Let's go. Sorry, I know I'm a little mercenary sometimes, but come on, you're not curious? Again, we're not good at leaving well enough alone. Meddling with forces we don't understand is very much our bag. Well, my bag anyway. I examined the papers. It was a scattering of personal and academic papers. My father was not, to my memory, a particularly learned man, so I was surprised to see writings from Zosimus, D, and Paracelsus, all of whom have appeared on this channel. Zosimus Panopoulos? You remember Zosimus Panopoulos? Zosimus Panopoulos, because his name is fun to say. Okay, now I think about it, apart from Zosimus, I've handled actual personal effects of both Paracelsus and D. Because I am that kind of nerd. With care and under supervision of archivists, not just going in and fondling them. I could make out no discernible pattern in what my father had been researching. Interesting. I mean, he's researching Zosimus, D, and Paracelsus, all of who range quite widely in what they were interested in, but all are on a theme. I mean, 1733, start of the Enlightenment, I guess you could just group that in as natural philosophy? Although, no, not necessarily. Interesting. And my esteem of the writers has increased slightly with the inclusion of Zosimus. Zosimus Panopoulos. Okay. I know I'm strictly speaking a learned scholar of these matters, but the name will always be funny. Zosimus Panopoulos. It's up there with macadamia as fun things to say. Okay, but when you get Gar reading the works of Sandor or Lord of the Sevitalia, Sandor? Shandor? Why does that name sound familiar? Why do those names sound familiar? Send me links, I must know. I looked at the maps. Up-to-date charts of the known world and sketchings of the local area with various nearby tombs marked out. I mean... Okay, look. I'm feeling weirdly called out by this, okay? Like, you could just say that you spy on my desk, game. You could just... Oh my god. And sorry, they're not strictly tombs, they're coffin crossroads. On my desk, anyway. I do try to find them, because, you know, graves marked of spooky outcast places and people. It's a thing. Oh, forgotten lore. Okay, where are we for ads and shit? Okay, tell you what. Okay, I'm gonna run some ads. We'll get that out of the way. I'll go find a book, drink some coffee. Not coffee. Pink Monster Energy, and then we will be back and we'll do some forgotten lore. Lord of Savalana, known as Volgasitora. Is this Game of Thrones thing? I feel this is a Game of Thrones thing. Oh! Okay, yes. Goza the Gozerian, of course. I always get hung up on Vigo the Carpathian. Because who wouldn't? With that stare, that jawline, that pose, that reach from beyond the grave. You know, who doesn't want that? All right, okay. We're gonna throw a couple minutes of ads. I'll grab a book, and then we'll do some forgotten lore of our own. We'll be right back. Swoosh! If someone asks if you're a god, you say yes. You would be horrified at the number of people I make that reference to at work, and they don't get it. I guess not this current work, but past works. Anyway, I'm gonna go find books. To the occult library. There we go. And swoosh. Helps to switch the microphone back on, doesn't it? Okay, we're back. We're back. Let's get stuff adjusted properly. Okay, and reading lights, please. Thank you. Such an adjustment going back to reading on paper sometimes. So, okay. What I grabbed, because we're talking about Paracelsus, is Monarcha, or Monarchia. And Monarchia, otherwise known as Aurora and Prophecies of Paracelsus. It's Paracelsus. It wanders all over the freaking place. It does contain some prophecies, supposedly from Paracelsus. It's also got the subtitle "The Aurora of Philosophers," which is a reference to alchemical practices, and it's also part emblemata, but not like a full emblemata. if you've ever seen those, like, books on alchemy that are, like, all weird pictures, like basilisks and that kind of stuff, that's an implemata. You know, alchemical stuff drawn out in symbolic form. So there's some of that going on in here. So, yeah. And it's an interesting one. Paracelsus wrote on basically everything over quite a long period. There's some questions as to whether or not it was all one Paracelsus was all one person in terms of publishing. But yeah, he was a bit like Cornelius Agrippa in that part natural philosopher, part alchemist, part occultist, part astrologer. He very much would be the sort of thing anyone into occultism and necromancy and the summoning of demons and spirits and that kind of stuff in the 1730s? Yeah, absolutely they would be reading him. Honestly, he's pretty much required reading for anyone studying such things. Yeah. Let's pick a thing, shall we? This is the, incidentally, if anyone's interested, the Ouroboros Press edition. The limited edition version would be very nice parchment dust cover. So yeah, I recommend Ouroboros Press editions on a lot of stuff because they're quite nice. Ouroboros Press and Black Letter Press, fantastic. Okay, let's have a look. Page 31, chapter 12. General instruction concerning the arcanum of vitriol and the red tincture to be extracted from it. Vitriol is a very noble mineral amongst the rest, and was held always in the highest estimation by philosophers, because the Most High God, all capitals, has adorned it with wonderful gifts. They have veiled its arcanum in the enigmatic figures like the following. Thou shalt go to the inner parts of the earth, and by Recitification? Could be. Thou shalt find the occult stone and the true medicine. By the earth they have understood the vitriol itself. And by the inner parts of the earth, its sweetness and redness, because it is in the occult part of the vitriol lies hid the subtle, noble, and most fragrant juice of the pure oil. Yeah, this really is as bleh. This is some of the more comprehensible alchemical stuff. Because he's actually trying to make sense of older texts, which is partly the thing here. He's trying to make sense of older texts whilst also maintaining a certain amount of mysticism around them. And that always bugs me, to be honest. This method of its production is not to be approached by the calcination or distillation, for it must not be deprived of any amount of its green colour. And it goes on for a few more pages before starting another chapter about red vitriol. Yeah, it's part of the whole process. You can trace this particular stuff back to the works of Gerber, of all things. Pseudo Perfectionis would sort of touch upon it, and a much earlier idea from Islamic alchemy, like early Islamic alchemy, about the nature of matter and how things are made up and how you can take them apart and reconstruct them. You hear something about red vitriol and the pure oils and stuff being used for the transmutation and changings of metals, and yeah, that's a whole other thing, really. I should dig out Pseudo Perfectionis at some point, because that's a whole thing. It's one of those books, like, if you ever own one book on alchemy, it should be that one, if you're serious about alchemy. If you're not serious about alchemy, then what are you doing? I mean, really? Gerber, the baby food people. I mean, you know, don't you feed your baby the elixir of life? What are you doing? No, Gerber was a person slash possibly a lot of people. You sometimes hear Gerber and pseudo Gerber, and it's generally because there's like 3,000 works attributed to Gerber, some of which are attributed to pseudo Gerber, the majority of them. But that's because people think that they can pin down a certain number of them to one guy, and the rest of them could be anyone over the course of about 500 years. But yeah, of the 3,000 texts, because there's so many, everyone thinks it's possibly a group of people. Not everyone, but you know, sane people think it's probably a group of people, possibly a school of Shia Islam, like a little subsect within it, a bit like the Ismailis. Possibly even a spin-off sect of the Ismailis, which is kind of fascinating in itself. If you want to get into the whole history of the assassins and stuff, because yeah, assassins as in stab, assassins. That whole thing. It's a whole thing, but a thing for another time. Because we can go on about that for a while. But for now we must imbibe of the great monster. The pink sugar-free monster energy. Which I've been assured is the most trans of all the monster energy flavors. Okay, where were we? Stab, assassin. Not the smoke, hashish. I mean, not the smoke, hashish. There's a big crossover in that. Yeah, the Ismailis are possible, sort of, a spin-off sect of Shia Islam, and yeah, they're the ones that spawned the cult of the assassins, where we get the word from, and they did that whole thing where they stabbed people to death. I mean, not indiscriminately, they were quite targeted about it, but that was the whole thing. They they killed their targets in a very public place, and then that's it. They had to stab them, they had to do it publicly, and then they had to not resist whatever happened next. However, there was that one incident where they killed a crusader, and that went a bit badly for them. But yeah, the assassins really were a group, really did exist, really did occupy the fortress. I forget its name now. It's the one from Assassin's Creed 1, where you start off. Yeah, that place. Real place. And yeah, really was an Ismaili stronghold. Right up until the Mongols came and fucked up their shit, which is generally what happens in that time. There's so much of the history of the Middle East that just goes, yeah, and this was going like this, and then the Mongols showed up, and then everybody died. So that's, again, a story for another time. For now, we're poking around our late father's desk. Search for details of financial matters. After Albert mentioned the family affairs, I ignored the other texts and focused on a ledger showing my father's expenses. They were bleaker than I expected, and could understand why Albert decided to cut back on the staff. With my father alive, he could have held things together, certainly, but what were a butler and my mother to do with that loss of income? Where had all this money gone? The ledger showed it bleeding out, but to where? Perhaps in the books he had been looking for as a way of turning lead into gold? I mean, yeah, that would be alchemy is kind of the common theme beneath Zosimosty and Paracelsus. So, I guess, yeah. The ledger shows, wow, sure had a lot on Taco Bell. I mean, this was truly a grim time. The taco and the burrito had yet to be invented, and can you imagine living in a world I mean, yes, I can. I live in England. There's a distinct lack of hard-shell tacos in this country, and it's sad. Oh, wait, that's my desk. Yeah, don't look at any of the receipts on my desk. Actually, no, the receipts on my desk are looking pretty okay right now. They're all for expensing to somebody else's accounts. That's perfect. One of them is for like a $400 chair, though. And it's a very comfy chair. Mortimer, no! No, 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 no! Okay. Oh dear. Mortimer, I love you, baby. You gotta chill there. Mortimer heard the $400 chair and thought, I need my claws in that. Strangely, it's not been clawed to pieces. It's quite surprising. Yeah, there's been surprisingly little necromancy so far. It's been sort of hinted, but at the fringes of things more than anything else. In fairness, like, just the character creation took like an hour and a half. But in a fun way, you know? So, yeah. This is not a game that's in a hurry. Okay, so I think we've got everything we're going to get from the desk. Or at least, what's in the drawers? The drawer was locked. I need to find a key. Or you just need to hit it very hard. Come on. Use your initiative, woman. Like, there's a sword right there. I'm pretty sure that you can use that to get into the desk. Bookcase. An impressive collection of books on a wide range of titles. Oh yes, I've got a diplomat background. Most of this was lost to me, but I noticed Machiavelli's The Prince amidst it all. Okay, look, I'm feeling increasingly called out by this guy's study. Okay? Like, come on. I got a copy of The Prince around here somewhere. Armor? My father's armor. It had been gathering dust since the Lich War. That's... alright. I could see that it had undergone several repairs, including a severe gash to the back. My father had been lucky to survive that war. Then again, I considered anyone who came back from that war to be lucky. Considered making use of it. Not sure what for. Strength check level 2. Spend 1 skill point. Coming at 5. Away from the main structure. Ooh. That might be worth it. Sure. Let's spend a skill point. I'll take them with you, right? Actually, no, wait a minute. In this game, maybe you can. With some effort, I managed to leverage the breastplate and understructure away from the lower parts where it had been securely bolted. Though it was completely the wrong size for me to wear, I took it in case it might be of use. You never know. Ooh. My father wouldn't be needing it any longer, so I decided to strap the family blade, my blade now, to my waist. Hell yeah! Hang on a moment, hang on. Alright. Let's dress ourselves appropriately. Let's go here. Alright. A little more like it. Crimes and misdemeanors. Whilst committing a crime misdemeanor, you'll see blue arcs in front of other characters. If you move inside that arc, it will turn red, indicating that you have been witnessed. Okay. Let's put the sword away, is what you're saying. Okay. Okay. Looking, you know, get out your careers. I mean, hey, no one witnessed it, and that's important, okay? Witnesses are important. So, alright. We have a sword, we have armor. Character. to shirts. And can we just put this on? No, we can't actually wear it. Can I wear this? Oh, that's floofy. Let's put the formal coat on. Sure. Sure. Okay. That'll do for now. We're looking a little more businesslike. I mean, come on. We're inheriting all this stuff, so you know, we're gonna need to really stand up because it's just 2 women and a butler. If the wolves are circling, we're gonna need to look the business. It's not permitted to carry a sword openly, isn't that? I honestly don't know. 1733. I mean, a big war sword like that probably would draw some attention. Held in hand, weapon. Yeah, I mean, it certainly would draw some attention, but I'm not sure if that would have been considered a crime. It might mean that, you know, the guards would look at you askance. Amidst the books on the shelves, there's an old volume entitled Seances for the Living. Huh. Caught my eye. I could find it here again later if it seemed useful. Okay. Well, that doesn't seem suspicious at all. What else have we got here? That's stuff on the other side of the wall. Is that bamboo? Very exotic for the region for the time. Alright. Let's go over here. Oh, right, that's those bookshelves. On the conquest of liches. 1729. Cecil Schuver. I am not going to read all of this. Although, what was that? What was that? The Van Elstrix, for all their heroism, have been declined to share the specifics of their triumph over the Lich in Rolfsven. I need to figure out how to pronounce this properly. And we must therefore turn to historical accounts of what limited contemporary sources exist. Unfortunately, few, if any, of these scattered sources provide insight into the vulnerabilities of the Lich. Interesting. So we were instrumental, at least the family was instrumental in the vanquishing of the Lich, but we didn't tell people how we did it. Interesting. Anything of interest here? 1726. By the same author. First had a devil's word. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, this is not the ideal form for skim reading. Tortured souls, yearning to escape, etc., etc. A few men returned from the hunt. Knowledge that might be helpful to hundreds. 2 men instructed the mark, various experiments. Okay, so... Huh. Mysterious wood that grows around corpses? Interesting. Okay, we'll come back at that at some point. Caged creature of savannah. Oh, we'll go looking for that at some point soon. I know my cousin Lucas stayed when he stayed with us. I wonder if this room there. I wondered when this room last saw his use. It does look uncared for. Okay, so hang on. How do we get over there? You've seen that too, right? hang on. Get your butt over there. What are we seeing? It's like a whole other room there. Oh, okay, that's... I thought that was the servants' stairs. Which I guess it's not. Okay, hang on, let's go see if we can get in there. The blue shirt is for later. Need for scratching the... the itch for physical sensations. It was just the style at the time. Hey, you know, there was this one YouTuber that's just doing these videos about, historic kings that weren't actually mad. They were just really autistic. And it's like, yeah, that's very, very on the nose. Like, no, I bought my own cook. I don't, he knows how I like my food. Let me go up the stairs. Thank you. A dusty storeroom where my father kept mementos of his adventuring days. This was another room I'd been forbidden to enter as a child. Ooh, yes, please. I like forbidden knowledge. What's over here? Our doorbell rang loudly. Hearing Ulrich's harsh tones speaking with the visitor, I made my way to the hall to see who it was. Yeah, let's go take a look. Who is it? Who are you? Our doorbell rang loudly. Hearing Ulrich's... Yeah. It was my childhood friend Sophia. Hi, Sophia. How's it going? What you doing? I mean, oh, yeah. I'm in mourning. Crap. Okay.
You're
well...
back? This is delightful news.
Oh, they were such good friends.
It must have been 5 years since we last met. Why, we were only a pair of girls back then.
Her grinning face fell serious
I
then.
heard of your father's passing. Terrible thing, but it won't overshadow my joy at seeing you.
Huh. Tell me, what have you been up to since we last met? I will talk to you later. Look, what have you been up to? Tell me everything.
Oh, this and that. I never really settled on anything, being honest.
And they were roommates. Just roommates, right? We missed the very start. No, we never found out exactly why we were sent away. Only that we were away for the Lich War and stuff, so maybe they knew it was coming? But yeah, it was all, in the character creation story, it was all, like, very sudden. Like, one day your mother shows up when you're at school, takes you home, has a tearful afternoon of time with you, and then bundles you off to and sends you off to boarding school. And kind of keeps you at arm's length after that. So, yeah, it's an odd one. A mystery that I'm sure we'll uncover. Because clearly, this family has secrets. And we like secrets. I mean, real family secrets are really all that interesting, but this might involve, like, blood magic and shit. I mean, I guess there was that one ancestor that, fell in love with a monster and beheaded hundreds of people, but, that was a long time ago. And, the family, my family at least, has calmed down a whole lot since then. The most exciting things got was that one ancestor that had a chocolate factory and a pet monkey. A long way from the, falling in love and marrying shape-shifting fox women and all that bloodthirstiness. The whole thing. And you were going to be an artist the last time we met. Acting, you were good at that. You were going to be an artist.
Yes, I was.
Past tense, I see. He shrugs and then sighs
I
dramatically.
didn't manage to sell many, I'm afraid. I'm not cut out for it, it seems.
Okay, look. Have you heard about this, these people called furries? Oh my god, yeah. How are you at drawing heaving bosoms? Because, you could make a fortune. Tell me what you've been up to.
Oh, this and that. I never really settled on anything, being honest.
What about your acting? Good 12. Good 12.
All the world's a stage, and the men and women merely players. Well, yes, I fear my stage career started and ended in my school days. The pinnacle was when I understudied as Hermia in a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that ran in the northern provinces 2 summers ago. We even performed for Queen Ulka.
Ooh, royal performance. That's something. Draw buildings would start. Exactly. You know. Okay, but seducing shapeshifting box would sound like a good thing. I mean, okay, as far as the story goes, it's a little more like she seduced him, and then either he fell madly in love with her, or she drove him mad, and then he slaughtered a whole lot of people to try and impress her. And yeah, in some versions he may have eaten a lot of human flesh. It's hard to say, but you know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're AI voices or not.
I am Sophia, a childhood friend of yours.
Again, I'm not sure if they're AI voices or just kind of not great voice acting.
Well, at least my troupe did. I didn't tread the stage in many performances, I'm afraid.
She smiled ruefully.
I probably spend too much time in garnets these days.
Yeah, I kind of feel like there's a little too much inflection for AI voice. Too much inflection on the weird words, you know? I'll just tag along with you for a bit and help you out before you head into the city. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see an generative AI tag on it on Steam at least when I purchased it, so yeah. I listened to audiobook and thought it said by AI, but then yeah, I mean there's always the option that it's like, yeah, AI or just not good. Like the one book I started reading the other week and I had to stop reading it and I was convinced it was written by AI, and then the more I looked into it, the more I suddenly realised that no, it's just really badly written and never been shown to an editor. So, you know, there is still scope for humans just being bad at things. You following me around now? What did Albert tell you about your father's last days? He said my father died from overindulgence in alcohol. I must check around the back, outside the house where he was found. We'll talk again later. First, I need to check the forbidden room. Oh, you're just following me. Okay. I'll take the friendly friend. Because, yeah, this is just like a little alcove. All right. You can take this a little alcove. Well, you got that. It's kind of the standard. Yeah. AI voice or bad voiceover. Strange that we're at that point. It's strange that it's at that point, and yet I can barely get good text-to-speech stuff from my fucking Kindle app. It's annoying as hell. A linen bag, and just a couple of empty jars. Meh. Look, all I'm saying is there's an option not to seduce a fox woman. Yeah, I mean, she's a shape-shifting fox woman. And kind of a troublemaker. She had instigated revolutions and stuff. No, not this game. This is a family legend, I suppose you could call it, from a family member of mine from 1,000 years ago. But yeah, one side of the family traces its lineage back to that guy's dynasty, and that guy's children, at least the first generation of that guy's children, were, at least in theory, at least according to some sources, part shape-shifting fox spirit / demon. She's the one that got trapped in a magical murder rock in Japan in the end. It broke open a few years back. So she might be out. She's got her own little shrine. Like a little Shinto shrine to her. I want to go and visit at some point. I kind of feel of all my ancestors. I might get on well with her. The door to Albrecht's room has always been locked. Understandably, as it was his only place of refuge. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna fuck about with the servant's stuff just yet. Ooh, chest. You okay, Sophia? Ooh. Okay, so we got a military medal, a dagger, and a... Yeah, I'm gonna take it all. Yeah, give me the gun. I mean, it's not like hugely good, but you never know. An old party dress of my mother's. I remember her wearing it at a big event in the honor of Zelig, and I was quite small. So your father just kept it here in his little private room, huh? I'm not saying anything, just you took the telescope. Awesome. Like, hey, you know, your father liked what he liked. Alright, okay, let's go. No, downstairs. Downstairs. There we go. Okay, so let's see if we can find a way outside. Is there a back door? Doesn't look like there is. Oh, we should ask Albert about the trapdoor to the basement. Where's Albert gone? The dining table? Albert!
Can I help you, my lady?
I need 2 of those pistols to fight against your servants. Exactly, right? Oh, you beat that game. I mean, I beat the game, but the game got in a few good licks. I feel I took sand damage on some points in that game. In a good way, but you know. Yeah, where's the key to the desk? I'm afraid not. Your father kept his personal affairs, well, personal. I would imagine the key is somewhere in his private chambers, however. Alright. I have more questions about the shroud, father's death. Anything's off the wall. Aha! Do you know anything about the trapdoor in the floor in the storeroom? Yes, my lady. The old wine cellar is below there. You paused for a minute, wouldn't you? Zelig had it bolted down after some creatures found their way through an old tunnel. What? What? Oh my god! And you only bolted it down? You didn't fill it full of Greek fire and... Oh my god! You are way too casual about, oh yeah, there was a lich and a zombie army. It's fine. No! No, it's not fine. Creatures? Indeed. I only got a brief glimpse myself, but they were horrid, cowering things with cruel fangs and claws. Your father and uncle drove them off easily enough and dispatched them from the process. Do you know how it could be opened? Would that be wise? Besides, I don't know. Sorry. Okay. I mean, look, it's my house now. I should know how to open the trapdoor to the monster basement. What if I want to hang out with the monsters? Girl's got needs, you know? Just saying. You were talking about, like, muscles and fangs and claws and, you know, come on, alright? Girl's got needs. Sure, okay. Let's see if we can find out more about the house and gardens, I guess. Who are you? Whoa! Geez, Sophia! You've been working out? Okay. Let's... This way? Oh, garden chest. Hold on. Oh my god. Come on, come back. There was a scythe on offer. What do you got? Boots. Spade, scythe. tricorn hat. Yes. I'll take that. I will take the gloves. Buckets probably fine. I don't really need. Sure. We'll leave that there. I don't feel we need a shovel just yet, but I feel the time might be coming. All right. There we go. Look at us being all snappy dressed. Oh god, we look a bit like Captain Hook. Except, you know, we're a girl. We weren't allowed to go to Eden. Cat. Cat, 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 cat. A black and white cat sat watching me suspiciously. That's fair. I reach out my hand. The beast hissed and ran off around the house. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. A mess of whiskey bottles lay scattered on the ground beneath the battered bush. So this is where my father was found. Okay, knowledge. We're pretty good with knowledge, aren't we? Knowledge. Knowledge 4. We're very good with knowledge. What am I saying? Okay, yeah. And 0 knowledge to recall something about your father. I spotted a small key half buried in the dirt. It must have fallen from my father's pocket when he was here. I put it in my bag. Okay. Anything else that we found? I don't recall. Already passed. I don't recall my father being a whiskey drinker. Yeah, we've not seen, like, whiskey anywhere in the house. Lots of wine, but no whiskey. Anything else around here? I mean, if it was very casual, he was found under semi-mysterious circumstances, but at a time when there's creatures in the freaking basement. Water, alright. Interesting. Wait, there's a balcony? How do I get out onto the balcony? I want to get that. Oh, hi, Tibby. Good kill, Tibby. She hasn't actually killed anything. It's one of my hair ties. She thinks they're the best thing ever. And she hunts them and then occasionally comes and shows them to me. Very sweet of her. Okay, well, we've got a key. I'm assuming this is going to go to the drawer in the study. There's also... hang on, so that's the front door, so the balcony should be over there somewhere, shouldn't it? There's like big double doors leading to the outside. Yeah. I guess they're just for show. Alright. I'll find your way there. Oh. Oh, she's asleep. Okay. Well, we can let her sleep for now. Wait, what's that? Diary of a Barkeep? I know I'm being nosy, but you know. Diary of a Barkeep, 1650s, approximates, unknown barkeep of Aachen. Still can't get any suckers to drink some of that... wait, that Bamberg swill. Okay. Since Peter died, they've been... wait, my brother's coming over from Cologne in a few days. He offered to help me keep the books, etc., etc. Okay. Wait, what? I'm closing up early tonight. My brother and I borrowed some bikes from a friend of mine. We're going to find this beast. Beast? Oh, this font is not easy to read. I had a formed calf. Okay, so he... monster hunting. Alright. Maybe I can move around enough to be kind of focused, but not the game. Oh. I hope your eyes aren't doing too bad, Riley. No problem long enough I haven't gone... oh, maybe see like an optometrist or something? I don't know. I mean, my eyes aren't anything to write home about, so, you know. Not gonna give you shit for not seeing professionals about it. Da da da. Aha. The drawer was locked. I need to find a key. I have a key. Put the key here. Oh! It's like that, is it? Da 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 da. More key? Game. There we go. Aha! Even his private stash didn't have any whiskey. Interesting. Surely he would have had some whiskey in the house if he was so fond of it, but everything was wine. Something didn't add up. Huh. Fancy Q, I think John. Honestly, that's not the worst. No whiskey to be found. Was he really a whiskey drinker at all? I hadn't been home for a long time before. I hadn't been home for a long time before this. What I'd learned to my return made me wonder if things had changed a lot in that time, or if I had been too young to form a realistic picture of my family. My mother was ill, very ill. I remember her being absent as a child, not distant. She had been a loving mother, just one who was very different. Only now could I see she had been dealing with something significant. My father had been precarious. My father had been in a precarious place leading up to his death, which in itself raised suspicions in me. I resolved to stay in Mons for a time to assist my mother, not wishing to be a further drain to the family. I could go into the city and look for work. All the while, I would seek answers about my father's death. Something was not adding up, and I wanted to know what it was. Time to go into the city. I mean, yeah. Oh my god, I have not been saving! Oh my god, I've been playing for 3 hours, I haven't been saving my game. Crap! Thank you, autosave. Thank you. Alright, what do we got here? Leather gloves. We've already got leather gloves. A knife. Sure, let's have another knife. Did you ever have too many knives? A bottle of port. Bluestone ring. A belt. No onion to hang off it? And a strange trinket. I mean, you gotta take the strange trinket, right? Mana boost when worn or held. Wait, mana boost? Why do I need a mana boost? Oh no. Oh. Thank you, Jaden Wolf. Wait, is Jade Wolf? Jaded Wolf? How am I pronouncing that? Am I getting that right? Oh. I need to automate the head pat so people can head pat me more. Okay. Screw it, take the gloves too. Who knows, we might need them. Alright. So Sophia.
Hello.
Hi. You should go to the city now and look for work. I don't want to get a job. I'm not really, suited for manual labor. I guess come from. Yeah. Honestly, Nine, I can sympathize. We've tried having the whole multiple accounts thing, and it never really works out for us. Yeah, honestly, the initialing seems to work quite well. We can start an OnlyFirst. Oh yeah, we need to find Diedrich. I don't want to find. Yeah, I mean, we could start an OnlyFirst account. That could be an option. Not really, but we could try. We're not really suited for this. Wardrobe. Oh. Bodice. Black dress. Ooh. I kind of want the black dress. I know I'm trying to look all smart and shit, but the black dress, right? You know. Ooh, the bodice could be good though. Let's go with the bodice. You know, something which a little bit, let's just say, uplifting. What do we have? Needle and thread. Golden ring. A strange stone. Small key. Oh, strange stone. No, we'll take it with us. Cloth. One bandage stop bleeding, or was a face mask? Do I need that? Do I want that? Okay, well, we'll take... Okay, well, it's definitely a CRPG. We are collecting a lot of crap. I mean, sure. Mother thrashed about in restless sleep, murmuring indecipherably as cold-soaked sweat soaked the sheets. Oh, poor thing. I mean, I guess I do collect a lot of nonsense just in my general day-to-day, so, you know. Alright, let's head downstairs. And, yeah. It's when my vision gets better when I take my ADHD medication. Interesting. Presumably it's a stimulant thing? I mean, I can always focus much better after a lot of caffeine. Both, like, mentally and, you know, like, physically? So, I don't know. How do I look in the bodies? How do I look? Glowy. Wow, I guess my skin is so freaking pale. Okay, yeah, maybe bodice is a little much. Sure, let's go with the fancy coat. We're rocking it. We're rocking it. What is that? Copper bracelets. That's fine, I'm sure. Necklace. Where does this go? Held then? Can we wear this as a necklace? No. Well, we'll hold it and we'll get a mana boost, I guess. So it's a breakfast take. Oh, yeah, I mean, we drink way too much coffee than possibly should, but if we work in the tech industry, it usually goes without comment a lot of the time. Which probably says something about the tech industry. What we should do is, you know, actually get properly diagnosed and, you know, get proper medication, but until then. How do we get out? There's some very sinister gargoyles we got. Okay, so I guess we're not going out that way. How do we get out of here? This is the only gate in the walls. Oh no, wait. Never mind. There we go. Uncovered some suspicious clues around her father's death. Nice. From around the corner, but your face
It
appears.
is you! Oh, I saw the carriage pull up and hoped.
Diedrich! Diedrich, my childhood friend. His demeanour was as cheerful as ever and as oblivious, considering the circumstances. Oh, is he gonna get, like, eviscerated by zombies?
You have become quite beautiful.
Why, thank you. I've been taking a lot of estrogen. He stopped short and blushed and then looked down at his feet before
It is
continuing.
good to see you. How are you?
I mean, my father's dead. I've got a whole lot of childhood trauma. My father's dead under suspicious circumstances. The family's destitute. But I've got this awesome hat. So that's good. After a moment, the penny dropped.
Well, yes, of course. The funeral. Terrible thing. I was at it. Shame you weren't. You would have liked...
Oh, Diedrich. He's kind of sweet. He trailed off as he hurt himself and rubbed the back of his head and stared thoughtfully at the ground. Sophia clucked loudly.
Well, yes.
You would have liked seeing your dead dad. I mean, they cremated him, so I guess he wouldn't have been in the box all that long? Personally, I don't really get invited to many funerals. Or weddings, for that matter. you would have liked hearing what was said or something. Yeah, maybe. Diedrich, you old fool, you haven't changed a bit. I hoped you back in time, but it wasn't to be. Ah, Diedrich, you old fool. Come here, you gonk. He laughed and tension was cut.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here I am years after seeing you, and I'm no different. Foot and mouth, first opportunity.
Not like you. You're a woman of the world now, a diplomat, I'm told. I mean, sure. I mean, I haven't started any wars or anything, so that's something. And hey, workers' trust increased, educated trust increased. We're just awesome. I don't know what the trust thing really means yet, but I guess we'll figure it out. Yes, I'm looking for short-term work here now. For all my travels, I still ended up back in Mons. Let's not diss the place. Like, we were sort of unceremoniously hurled away from here quite rapidly and frequently.
Well, there are plenty of offerings about the place. I'm sure you'll find something. Look, meet me for a drink in Garnett's Tavern later, and we'll have a right proper catch-up.
Okay, I'm just picturing a tavern run by Garnet from Steven Universe. I look forward to it. I look forward to it. Why not? Do you have any employment ideas? It was lovely to meet you again, Diedrich. Where's Garnet's Tavern?
Yeah, sorry. You won't know her yet. She only bought it last year. It's the tavern on the other side of the river. Cross the bridge at the marketplace. Here,
okay.
I'll mark it on your map.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, that is the functionality that I really hate that we don't have properly on phones these days. Like, we're all walking around with a little mini-map at all times, and, like, there's no easy way for people just to say, hey, let me mark that location on your map, and then just have a pin appear on your personal map. That would be so useful. Like, come on, can we just figure that out at least? Well, can we figure that out rather than a billion ways to sell us ads? Any ideas for employment?
Try the docks, maybe?
What are you implying? Do I look like that sort of woman? How's the pay? Just out of curiosity, how's the pay? I'm just saying. Let's not look a gift horse in the cart, is all.
Or, try over at the academy. There's a school there, and I think there are teachers short.
Okay, I could be a sexy teacher. We can do that. He scratched his head thoughtfully.
Oh, yeah. I saw a sign outside Garnett's this morning. Take a look at that. It might be a job advert.
Okay. Bar work or teacher? If there's one thing living in the 20th century has taught us, is that, bar staff get paid better than teachers.
Someone such as you who specialises in fancy talk might even enjoy working in such a place.
That have no one cause trouble in. Maybe we can just like diffuse.
I'll mark them all on your map.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the school could be interesting. But honestly, the tavern sounds appealing. I'm sorry to meet up with you. We'll meet again this evening. Alright. My friend bowed as I turned away. I'll be off now. I'll be off now too, I'll be at Garnett's later. Cool. I guess we're on our own now. Alright. Wait, so where's the map? Map! Oh wow, it's quite a big place. Okay, so Van Elstrick Estate, the docks. Oh. Vivas Keep? Dead Man's Gates and the cemetery. Oh, because cemetery, that makes sense. North Gate, East Gate, Hospital, Marketplace and Tavern, Cathedral. To the graveyard. Okay, hang on. Where's our to-do list? Notes and to-dos. Okay, we're looking for the herbalist. Trying to find the gardener. And... Dude is just about to try the market tavern or the academy. Yeah. Drink. Okay. Okay, so... We're looking for Nikos and Halen. Halen the herbalist. I mean, sure. Guess let's head this way. Ulysses. Hey, Ulysses. Oh, they all got names. Ulysses, let's talk to you. Okay, or not. Irving. Oh wait, Irving was the priest, wasn't that Irving? There's someone who sent the... Oh, it's the gravedigger. Okay. It was Olivia or something, wasn't it? That was the priest that sent the condolence card. The gravedigger stood over a freshly dug grave, resting on his shovel. I wish a word with you.
I wanted to talk to the living. I'd find another line of work.
Where? There. Please, I'm Vargar van Elstrup.
And?
Okay, solid question. You created my father recently. I wanted to ask you some questions.
Well, I've no interest in answering them. Good day to you.
I mean, I'm not sure what I expected from a gravedigger. Please,
Look, I said good day. Did it all nice and kindly. But if you don't leave me to my work, I'll turn nasty fast. Now get. Go on.
Okay, well, I'm not a cat, alright? I'm not a cat. I just wanted to chat. How's business? How do you know it's an undertaker? How's business? I know it's one of those things that's, it's a very loaded question to ask of an undertaker, but it's one that I do really delight in asking people in the funeral business. How do you think? I get paid the same wages if I bury one body or 6? Oh. As far as I'm concerned, the less dirt I have to dig, the better. Fair enough. Oh no! But I want to be trusted by outsiders. I am fellow creep. Okay. I just wanted to chat. Shove off. Oh jeez. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Sure. Okay. Fine. That's cracked open, as happens, I suppose. Ah, the Harbour Inn. Is that Wymer's Tavern? Is that the same as the one we want to go to? No, we're on by the marketplace. Huh. Okay, so where would we find the gardener? I mean, honestly, a tavern is a pretty good place to start, right? If you're looking for someone, start in a tavern. Fish shop. Fish shop. Why does that sound a little cursed? You must be Weimer. Weimer stood behind the bar, bending glasses with a staccato efficiency. Your tavern is sending some peculiar clientele. We're not here to meet Diedrich here. Okay. Leave him alone for the moment. I'm not looking for a job here. Shadow, Leopold. I mean, they're not that weird looking. Yeah, okay, that's no one that screamed gardener though, right? So, I guess we could head to the market and look about that, see about that job. That would be the way to go, I guess? And this is the marketplace. Okay. Zandros Moser. Hell of a name. Okay. I think one place that might be able to help us find a job might be, like, if we could find some, like, ads or something, you know? We could, like, just find a whole lot of ads and, like, spend, I don't know, maybe, like, 3 minutes just being subjected to a flow of adverts. Let's give that a try and see if it advances things. We'll be right back. Swoosh! Hi, Mortimer. You are so lovely today. What's up? What is up? Sounds like a bad job. Let's keep looking. Fair. Fair. Mortimer, why do you want my blood? Because it is tasty blood. I mean, as reasons go, that's pretty good. Oh, it is suddenly very cold in here. Hang on. There we go. Ah. One of the few things that survived the whole tides of smart homes and stuff. I was very into the whole, early adopting the smart home tech for a little bit, and then it started getting really shit, and so I just sort of paired it right back to, wait, what do I actually want from this? And yeah, the ability to switch my little space heater on and off from the other side of the room using my phone is apparently what I wanted from it. Not much else. So that's something. Hey, Mortimer, settle down. You are being very happy today, Morty. Did you eat a bunch of mice? Are you the scourge of mice? Bet you are. Oh. He's a very good mouser. I mean, I know some people say all cats are good mousers, but it's not true. Like, his brother quite enjoys hunting them, but he doesn't acknowledge them as food, and so kind of loses interest. His sister, I've yet to see her hunt one. But the way she hunts everything else, I think she's going to be pretty good. Hey, baby. That's my eyeball. Yeah, no, you don't want the caffeine. And swoosh. We're back. Mortimer, Morty. We've been through this. You need to settle down. There we go. Better? Okay. Cat is settled. And... yeah, and what was that? Apothecary. Alright, we're looking at the herbalist too. Actually, what was that? What was that? There's a sign in the front that reads, if you can read this, we want to hire you. Okay. You want bar staff that can read? Tavern work seems to be a good way to meet people and get reintegrated here. Plus, drunken patrons might let something slip. Maybe I can find some clues to the mysteries surrounding my father here. I mean, don't know. I'm curious about the academy, though, because, yeah, there might be books on forbidden knowledge and stuff. I'm looking for the herbalist. Are you a herbalist? I don't think you're the herbalist we want.
Dear and kind madam, and 1,000 kindnesses on you for visiting my humble store. Whatever ails you, wounds, illnesses, or maladies of a more private nature, I am here to help.
Well, thank you. I'm trying to understand my father's death. Did you hear anything suspicious? I've been telling you about maladies. Have you seen Halen the Herbalist? No, I have not. He has called in for supplies and he hasn't called in for several days. You can try his shop. He's on the main road between the marketplace and the North Gate. Okay. Or his house near the entrance to the keep. Wow, he lives on like the other side of town. Okay. Let's go take a look at that. Sure. Okay, so the herbalist is there. The hospital. So we go. Okay, we're not looking for a job just yet. We're just going to try and find the herbalist. Sure, fast travel to the herbalist. Lavender. Okay, well. Lots of aromatic plants out front, so. Well, he's either the herbalist or he's growing fragrant things, shall we say. I knock on the door of the herbalist, there's no answer. Then I saw a small note pinned to the doorframe, closed for business, recuperating at home. Oh, whoa. Okay. Let's try Halen's house. This game tells Diablo 2 is visually pretty hard. Yeah, it's definitely got that Diablo aesthetic, especially, yeah, the way the buttons in the menu are and the font choice really feels that. I kind of feel there might just be sort of default from an asset pack kind of a thing. And this is, you know, pretty small indie team kind of setup, which is fine. I like a good indie game. Where is his house? Oh, maybe this place? Halen's house, yeah, the place with all the herbs. I knocked on the herbalist's door, but there's no answer. Guess I turned away. A weak voice came from inside. Come back tomorrow. Or not at all. I have a fever. Can we talk through the door? Back tomorrow, not at all, I have a fever. Okay. Well, I guess we'll come back tomorrow when... I'm going to assume you're still going to have a freaking fever, but, you know. Might be access to sell in a Unity store. Ah. I have a fever and the only cure is more cowbell. Yes. Actually, if we find a cowbell, we'll definitely come back and try that, actually. Yeah, I've known a few people that like to sell like game assets and stuff. Conversation. These are the main city barracks, an impressive collection of the buildings housing hundreds of soldiers. Okay, I guess we don't really need to... It's the barracks. The military quarter. Okay. Well, the military don't like us a great deal. We'll take a look at the academy. I'm curious. You've never seen that skit? Really? Honestly, it's one of those ones, because, yeah, Saturday Night Live is not really a thing over here. So, I can definitely sort of believe that, but it's one of those sort of internet culture things that, yeah, it kind of happens at you. It's an okay kind of skit, but the memes are better. A group of children playing outside the school. They looked more unkempt than I recall from even my poorer
You
classmates.
looks just like Master Lucas.
Lucas? Like our cousin. Lucas van Elstrict, you mean?
You know the schoolmaster?
I mean, sort of.
Of course she does.
The child who spoke was older than the others. A girl perhaps 12 years? She sat at the back and watched the others as they paid heed as she spoke. You know me then?
Just got me into the ground is all. Your father, he's the one what died yesterday.
Yesterday? I didn't realize it was that recent. Oh my god. And also, an army of street urchins could be quite useful. He died a few days ago. Okay, that's what I thought. The funeral was yesterday, yes.
Sorry. My father died way back before I was born.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to say to that. Yeah, what do you say to that? As I regarded the child, I felt something brushing my side. A short-haired boy jumped back, pulling his hand away from my pocket. Oh my god! With my fist at him, I tried to grab him. I shouted, "Oh, we're not good at any of these!" Tried to grab him. Probably not going to do it. He had already dodged back too far and ducked away from me. You, boy, what are you doing?
I wasn't doing nothing. It wasn't me. I never.
You never what?
Nick! Nick, stop that! I'm sorry. I'll make sure Nick tells Father Huber about this in his confession.
Who are you, children? Fetch the schoolmaster for me, would you? Who are you? I'm curious now. He wasn't doing nothing. Exactly, so you were definitely doing something.
We're just kids. We're school kids is all. Just waiting on a new teacher for lessons.
Really? Because, I'm thinking orphan street urchins. You have a very Dickensian vibe. At least you will do in about 200 years' time. Wait, to pick up on something of note. Alacrity, we're good at alacrity, aren't we? We are. Alacrity 3, yeah, we're smart. Sure. Orphans? The older girl scowled, and one of the other...
What of it? We're as good as any kids. You ask Master Lucas.
Well, I can believe that. Girls get to attend schools in 1730. Sort of, not really. Like, you wouldn't become a doctor or anything, but there's a good chance that they would be having, you know, if they're of, like, a noble family or something, there's a good chance they'd be having various lessons of some sort. They'd be if you were reasonably well born or socially mobile to some degree, then you'd strive for it. It would be, being literate and knowledgeable of stuff would be a good way to improve your prospects. But, yeah, it depends on your class. In urban areas, it wouldn't be unheard of. So, yeah, there wouldn't necessarily have been, like, school available, is the whole thing. So, like, this is the place that you send your children to, but there might have been some places that ran, like, small classrooms so kids could at least read, because this was very much around the turn of the Enlightenment, where having workers that you could send notes to was more useful than not. So, yeah, it wouldn't be unheard of, and, yeah, it would have been unusual, possibly, depending on your social status. But in an urban area like this, in a cosmopolitan region like, around near Venice, yeah, I can see that. You don't, I don't need to, I can tell just from talking to you. Right, children? I mean, you're clearly quite sharp. So sharp you'll cut yourself if you're not careful. You seem pleased with yourself, and a palpable wave of contentedness washed across the gathered children. What's this talk of a new teacher?
Old one quit. Father haven't run away to do kisses forever.
Aww. The crowd started giggling and then making kissing noises. Yeah, that's right. And I thought that about right to talk about something else. Yeah, probably for the best. Fetch the schoolmaster for me. I mean, honestly, a job at the academy could be useful. Having family ties to the area is going to get us quite far. Well, let's go talk to him anyway.
We'd love to, but we're so hungry. We don't get much to eat. Only what the school can spare, and that ain't much. If we had some food, that'd give us the energy to fetch the schoolmaster. Surely it would.
Like I was saying, sharp child. So sharp they would cut themselves. Look, I got a knife. Do you want a knife? Spend 0 points in order without being bribed. Mortimer. Okay, hold on. Mortimer, go on. Go on. Here we go, thank you. Do I want to be a bit of a dick about it? Tell you what, I'll go find you some food. Fine. I need to find them some food. Yeah, and, you know, again, befriending an army of street urchins has its uses. I can see children staring at me expectantly. Okay, we'll come back. We will come back to them. Alright, so... Is that a gallows? There's a certain... Yeah, that's kind of a gibbety look to it. A permanent-looking gallows. This had not been here before, to my recollection. Yeah, this region has fallen on not great times. Or at least is heading there. Yeah, not great. Although it's a fancy lamppost. Yes, it's a fancy lamppost. You hang things from it and set fire to them. What is that? Oh, it's just a plant. Okay, the way it was moving, I thought, is that some sort of monster? No, it is not. Oh! Nico's house. We're looking for Nico. I knocked on the front door. Come in. I entered to find the groundskeeper fixing up a pair of boots. When he saw me, he dropped his work in a panic, like he did not expect a noble to walk in on him.
Oh,
why would
yes, my lady. Sorry for the mess. I wasn't expecting guests.
I hate it when I get all the way through inking flats before the characters... Oh, that is such a pain. I mean, it could be worse. It's when you're working on the shading and stuff, then you realise that you missed something. I am Vargo van Elstrict. I believe you worked for my family. Mr. Mina stiffened.
I did.
I wanted to ask about what we found out. Family, did you notice anything strange about my... Yeah, I wanted to ask about what you found in the bushes.
What I found in the bushes? Your father and some bottles. I can't really recall much else. Mine's been worrying about how I'll feed my family since Hoffman let me go.
Oh, I mean, that makes some sense, yeah. He's clearly looking for a handout, but I could not spare enough. 5 crowns. I'd return later. He was clearly looking for a handout, so I took out my coin purse and paid him fairly. Oh wait, how many crowns do we have? I thought we had some. I thought we had like 25 crowns. 21, yeah. Not that. Diplomat, mana, I could not spare enough, so I'd have to return later. Oh, okay. So, yeah, we can spare that. Yeah, that's... Is this gonna come back and bite us? Screw it. Nicholas examined the coins I provided and seemed satisfied. He told me what he knew. That's where I found your father, as if he had fallen... Wait, as if he had fallen in. Whiskey bottles on the ground. What seemed odd to me was how tidy it all was. No broken glass, nothing else around the bush. Not wishing to paint myself poorly, but I had my fair share of benders. I've never woken up to something so tidy as that. Fair. He stopped to look at me for a moment, clearly trying to decide if he should carry on or not. I nodded to encourage him. Well, I'd expected some vomit or piss. I mean, he drank himself to death. The way I understood it, people shit... Yeah. Often when people die, they, well, poop themselves. It's a natural process, just how dying works. I waited for him to stop. He had a fair point, but I didn't need the picture he was painting. Notice anything strange about my father's final days? Afraid not. I didn't see him much. He had come to the garden. Odd time, praise my work, ask about my family, all that stuff. But not often that I'd have spotted anything in the final days. Might we speak about your time working at the estate? Nothing to tell. I worked hard, I got paid. It appeared that I would have to catch him in a better mood if I was to progress this topic. Okay. How can I make him in a better mood? I have nothing else to ask him. Have anything that he might like? We got a bottle of port? Maybe he'd like port? Hang on, can I... No? How can I talk to him? No? Okay. I can't just give him an item, so I guess we'll try and find him another time. I mean, okay, it cost us 5 coins, but I guess it confirms what we suspected already, which is not nothing. Fine, need to go and find some food. I guess the marketplace? Marketplace. That's often where there is food. Pottery, hardware. Where is food? Are you food? Town hall? Vegetables. Vegetables are a food. I think children love garlic, right? Right? I mean, when I was a child, I'm sure I would have loved to have split a whole head of garlic amongst my friends. That sounds truthy. Okay, how about a carrot and a tomato? Do you think that'll be enough? Do you want that? Can I combine? Oh, that's combining items. Your coin's 14. Oh, hang on. I don't want to steal them. Well, I have them now. I don't think I paid for them. Did I? Well, I got them now, so whatever. Sure, let's see if the children want vegetables. Children love vegetables. Hey, Robin, you're...
Hello again.
Did you get food for us then?
I did not. Oh. And 2 skill points to order them. Fine, I don't want to spend 2 skill points on them. Okay, so you don't want vegetables. Okay. Vegetables are food! Vegetables are a food. I've been assured that they're a food. Not like necessarily one of my favourites, but they're a food. I guess I could go to... What else do we have? Tailor's house, apothecary. None of these seem... Let's go to the tavern. Taverns serve food, right? Okay, we've got a couple talking. Pinned. No. Here, I need a garnet. A garnet.
Ah, there you are.
I've heard you're hiring. What's good? I was wondering if you could be my father and drink. No, I want food. What's good?
You cheeky red. Everything is good. I didn't wade through fields of blood and death and human muck to buy this place only to serve swill from me pump.
I mean, ale's kind of a food, right? Right? I'm sure children would love this ale, right? I mean, who doesn't? Have you seen Hayden the Herbalist? Try and sell you fine wines. I'm trying to meet my friend Dedrick. Do you know him? I mean, I don't want the job just yet. Let's not ask about it just yet. No, it's presumptuous than me saying, oh yeah, I'll just do that. Okay. What's the same in my journal? I need to find some substantial food for the orphans. Okay. What counts as substantial food? Yeah, what? Oh, hang on. Baked foods. They're even labelled foods. Kids love bread. Everyone loves bread. Oh, rat. Good eating on a rat. Have you ever had rats? That's good. I mean, choose your rats carefully, obviously, and cook it well. But, you know.
Fresh bread, rolls, Birox. What can I interest you in?
Birox?
Buns with meat and cabbage inside. So savory. From the homeland. Russia thinks they invented meat buns, but you and I know better, yes? These are popular in Stettin, but we eat them all over Brandenburg. Would you like one?
They sound wonderful.
Please.
Suggested extravagantly to a stall. Sure. Flour, honey, Biroq, buy for 2 crowns. Oh, baklava. Oh, baklava sounds good too. Okay. That and... Okay, so when you drag it out of there, it deducts it from your coins. Okay. I'm definitely going to need a job now. Awesome. Alright, okay. Seriously, these kids better fucking appreciate this. Rat on a stick. Rat on a stick, rat on van. That's rat has been driven over by a van. Nick. Hey, Robin. You seem to be the leader in these parts.
Hello again.
Who are you, children?
Did you get food for us then?
Yes, I have food for you. Excellent. Yes. Robin took the sticky baklava carefully and distributed amongst the other children. Oh, it's not... Okay. That's the unhealthy option, kids. The cabbage and meat. The cabbage and meat... Oh, no. Kids these days, you know, this is why they're like this. Hey, I'm in 40s. I'm allowed to complain about kids these days. She looked in a moment, sizing me Afard wager before running indoors. Oh, she's actually running. Okay. Is that him?
Cousin, I am delighted to see you, though I only wish it were under better circumstances.
You know, it could be a lot worse. A guy who I didn't know or like very much, has left me a huge house. So, you know, death is always, not great, but at the same time, inheritance softens the blow some. It's strange to see my cousin after so much time. Doubly is even working as a schoolmaster. I gathered from my correspondence a while that he had not followed his father into politics or the military, but I had not expected this. I mean, what are the other options? Is the clergy?
So, what can I do for you, dear cousin?
I'm planning on taking... Honestly, the academy could be a good option. We are quite smart. We are quite smart, and it would give us access to a lot of books. Yeah, maybe we can like moonlight as a tavern wench.
I am. It might not be up your alley, but if you're interested, I would be happy to give you a chance.
Sure, why not?
Think on it, cousin, and come back to me. I could certainly use a trustworthy hand with my work here.
I want to ask about my father's funeral. A different tone overtook the conversation. Not just one of sorrow, for that's what it was, but also sadness. One that seemed deeper than I thought I was warranted. If you could have believed such a thing.
Of course, cousin. A truly sad affair. I am so sorry you missed it. I pleaded with father to wait. I knew you would come, but he couldn't be talked with.
Huh?
He was sure the Shroud had ill intentions towards your father. He has feared them gravely since the war. Obsessively so.
Huh. What do you think the Shroud would do? What was the last time there was word of the Shroud? Yeah, what was the last... It's been like some years since the Lich War. Truthfully, I do not know. In the tavern late at night, some people will mention seeing people move through the graveyards at night the nights before, and there have been rumours of bodies going missing from unmanned grims. But the Undertaker and the guards all dispute these claims. I guess they would know, but they might be in on it. Very little is officially declared, so it's hard to know really. Huh. Would you have any idea why the herbalist performed the autopsy and not a doctor? That is strange. I do recall a military skirmish with the nearby bandits recently that went poorly. Now, perhaps the surgeon had their hands tied with the wounded from that. And certainly, I can see father rushing ahead by any means to get Zelig cremated before whatever ill fates he envisaged came to be. What do you think the Shroud would do? Who can really say? Certainly, he seemed far from his share of what can be done with necromantic magics, and whatever you believe could actually do it, and whether you believe they could actually do it, trapping your father's soul or reanimating his body would certainly be a coup for them. I'm sorry, that was distasteful of me. All I'm saying is that whatever his fear was, rational or not, I could understand him having it. You have a lot of questions. Do you suspect something, cousin? I mean, we definitely do, because something's definitely dodgy. I do, cousin. I won't trouble you with my concerns yet, save... things are not adding up. No, I don't wish for my final days. Can we trust him? Sure, let's ease him into our confidence a little bit, maybe. Well, be careful. If you're correct that something strange is afoot, then whoever's behind it likely keeping an eye on you. That's true. I'm gently educated. Okay, what do you think I would do? Okay. Well, nothing else on that topic. Ask about father's funeral. Okay. We'll talk to him again in a bit. Are you going to do something to the teacher? I am. Does that still mean you want the job? I haven't received an offer yet, but But I was sure other work was out there. Taking this, of course, would conclude my search for work. I'm still unsure. I wanted to know if the offer still stood. Okay. Not making this choice on that just yet. Because we do have the position at the tavern, which is very tempting. Ooh. But for the moment, we're coming up on 4 hours, and yeah, I think that's probably a decent place to leave things. We can decide if we want to be a smart and cunning bar staff or smart and cunning sexy teacher. We'll decide next time. Because yeah, I'm curious. Game is drawing me in, and I'm digging it. My tips. Alright, oh, what the hell happened there? What? Well? Okay. The cat stepped on something, so that's fine. I think everything's fine. Hi Tippy, come here. Help us close out the stream. Yeah, this game's pretty... Oh my god, cats! Oh my god! Stop it! Oh my god! Yeah, this game's pretty cool so far. I'm very curious about the setting. It's historic, ahistoric, pseudo-historic, and yeah, I'm gonna curious to see where this goes. But for the moment, we should wrap things up because yeah, 4 hours is a while. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, this week we're planning a usual schedule. We're going to try and get back on a normal schedule again. So yeah, Thursday we're going to be doing... I don't know what we're going to be doing. Dabbling in something on Thursday. We're going to be doing Little Kitty Big City on Saturday and then back on this on Sunday. So join us for that. And in the meantime, let us see who is around to be raided. I think I saw Ottersparks just load up, so... Yeah. To volley the ball, you must become the ball. Okay, I'm fascinated. I'm curious. Let's, Ooh. Hozero is playing Timberborn. Oh, that's... Do I know Hozero? I don't think I know them. Do I know them? Let's see if we can find them. Is that their tag? Hozerino. Hozerino, Timberborn. Sure, let's go check that out. I've heard good things about Timberborn. I'm curious about it. And they are wearing a very, very silly hat. I do love a silly hat. Okay, let's go do that. Thank you everyone for watching. Stick around for the raid if you can, and I will see you soon. Yay. Stay safe out there. Don't leave my grooves. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.